hello everyone. Welcome back to the Grown Girl Tarot. Thank you for being here with me always. And so, as you can see from the title itself, today's topic is going to be about what you need to trust unconditionally. Actually, initially, this reading was supposed to be called What Do You Need to Have Blind Faith For? So I asked Spirit, and Spirit told me to change to this instead. So here we are. And actually, I want to know more about the difference between faith and trust. And if you have any ideas about that or any opinions about that, please feel free to share in the comment section. And I find it to be pretty interesting, I would say. Plus, I use both of these pretty interchangeably, so I just want to hear more from your side too, and I'll share mine, okay? So, for me, I think faith is more about the unseen. It's more about the universe, God, spirit, and just the mystical forces in nature. And I guess having faith without having any physical or logical evidence of it happening in the real world, just like karma itself, right? Where karma trust, whereas trust actually just means having consistent actions and true evidence of showing you that you can actually trust it. For example, like sometimes when I don't trust my spirit guides, and I don't trust that they are here, right? Because I keep hearing like, oh, our guides are here, like you are very spiritually protected. But for some reason, it's very, very hard for us to trust it. But actually for myself, if I do ask them for strong signs and guidance, and if I do pray like really, really hard, they would always come to me. And this is when I realized that my guides are always here with me. So this is like my definition of trust. So there is some sort of repetitiveness here that shows me I can actually trust this guidance, I can trust this person, I can trust this situation itself. I guess it's just like consistent actions that have shown me over time and time again, that okay, this person is safe for me to actually trust this person. Okay, so back to the topic itself. Anyways, if you do want to share your whatever it is that you want to share, do feel free to share in the comment section below. Okay, so here are 3 cards for you to choose from, and this is from the I don't really remember. Wait, let me. Oh, okay, I don't really remember the name of this deck, but it's something related to affirmations lah. So, yeah, I'm going to list all of the details here about what is it that I'm going to channel messages about, and like the details about the entire reading. Okay, so firstly, I'm going to channel some messages using the cards that you picked, which is this, like whichever card that you picked. Okay, and then I'll have 3 tarot cards to see why you need to trust unconditionally, and after I'll be using the Cosmic Guidance Oracle to see how can you actually enhance your trust more. And lastly, we will look at the Animal Spirit deck to see which Animal Spirit guide is helping you to trust unconditionally. And I just feel very called to look at the different animal spirits that are helping us. So feel free to look at it if you want to. Okay, if you are not really interested in animals, or if you don't want to know more about which animal spirit guide is helping you, then it's totally okay for you to skip that reading. I don't know why I'm even mentioning this, but yeah, just feel free to do whatever it is that you want that resonates with you. Okay, so the very first pile we have listen to your spirit guides. They'll show you the way. I'll show you here. It's very magical, isn't it? Okay, so for pile number 2, we have open your heart to the magic around you. Lastly, we have you are safe to make mistakes. You are safe to be imperfect. Yes. Okay, so here are 3 cards for you to choose from. You can pick actually just depending on what you actually resonate with. Maybe you want to pick from the numbers itself. Maybe the numbers are calling out to you. Maybe the drawings are calling out to you, or maybe the affirmations are very, maybe you resonate with the affirmations itself and you can pick whichever you feel drawn to the most, okay? And if you want to, you can definitely pick more than one. It's totally okay for you to pick all or just pick 2 of them or just do whatever it is that you want, okay? So this is like a free will space for you to connect and just for you to be here. Remember that not all readings are going to resonate for you, and this is a collective and general reading. So if it doesn't fit your story, then you can just pick another pile, or you can just watch my other readings if you're interested, or you can check out other amazing tarot readers out there, okay? So I will see you in your reading. So I'll see you there. Hi, welcome back, pile number 1. So if you picked this card, then this is going to be your reading for today. So if you want to know the details, I specifically mentioned them in my intro, so please check them out. And remember that this is a collective reading. I know that I keep repeating my message, but this is what it is. So not all messages are going to resonate, so please only take what's yours and leave behind what's not for you, okay? And if they don't, check out my other piles or check out other readings or other fantastic readers out there. So thank you so much for being here. Okay, so before I go into tarot, I'm going to channel some short messages from this specific card that you picked. So we have the number 23. So immediately I thought about the High Priestess and the Empress. So I feel like, okay, this is very interesting. You could have different guides that are helping you with different areas of your life. For example, you could have guides that are leaned more into the feminine side, that are helping you with actually helping you with the feminine side of yourself, okay? And you could have other guides as well that are also helping you with the more logical side of you, which is the more masculine side. So you could have 2 very different specific guides that are assisting you with balancing your feminine and your masculine energies. And we have here, listen to your spirit guides, they'll show you the way. So I feel like you are very connected to your spirit guide at this point in time, or they could be really calling out to you that you may not answer. So it's time for you to actually take some time to meditate and sit in silence, and even just to look out for signs and synchronicities and guidance that they may have for you right now. I'm actually seeing a feather in my mind's eye. So they could be sending you a lot of feathers as a sign of protection, as a sign that they are actually here with you specifically. And I'm actually just very drawn to this human that's just diving, kind of like diving under the sea. And we have the whale here. I don't know why I'm just getting some sort of like animal and human being as one, because we are all one in nature. We are all one. Like nobody is actually separate from the universe itself. Mother Gaia loves us all. Mother Gaia she's our mother. Yes, she's our guardian, she's our mother, and she's the one that protects everything. She's the one that sees and protects and guides us all. And I feel like there could be aspects of you that you resonate with the will with, or you could be somebody that likes to go to the sea, likes to befriend wild animals. I don't know why I'm getting this message. Not only just wild animals, but wild animals, sea animals. Okay, specifically whale, dolphins are also coming to my mind's eye. So I feel like you could also be very, very connected to your animal spirit guide. And whale spirit could be one that is specifically helping you out right now, or like the whale spirit is specifically your animal guide that you resonate with. Or I don't know why I'm getting this message, but I feel like this is not going to resonate for all, but for maybe just a few of you, you could grow up with a whale, or you could actually have a sea aquarium by yourself. Like you could open, or you could have a sea aquarium. I don't know, but and that you help to save whales specifically, so they are actually giving back to you in ways that you might not even recognize as well. And that is just so sweet. Thank you so much for doing all that you have done. Thank you. And yeah, I'm just getting a lot of guides around you with all of the different shining sparkles, moon, and just a lot of different guides that are helping you with different areas, different parts of your life. And you can call them anytime you want, because you are very connected to the unseen. Okay, you're very connected to the universe in itself. You're very connected to the consciousness of love, because you operate at such a high vibration. This is why many guides, beings full of unconditional love, they want to guide you, they want to help you. And I don't know if you consciously recognize this. Maybe you recognize it, or maybe you don't, and I'm here to let you know that you can always call upon them. Maybe the first thing that came to your mind, maybe the first spirit guide, or maybe the first animal guide that came to your mind, this is the one that they are, like, this is the guide that is helping you with whatever you ask for help with. So don't be afraid to ask them for help. Don't think that, oh, they are going to think that I'm nosy. They are going to think that, why do I have so much problems to ask them? No, they will never ever do that. If somebody or has told you that, or even your own fears, even your own egos, rest assured they are not from your spirit guides, because our guides, okay, they love us unconditionally. Yes, they are there are some sort of darkness, okay, in guides as well. They are both light and dark aspects, but always call upon unconditional love. So only the ones that love us unconditionally, they want to help us. They want to help you with your purpose, with anything in your life, okay? Even if you need like a car or parking space, even if you need help with what to eat, you can always call on them. They are always going to help you. So yes. And I was mentioning about the number 23, which is the High Priestess and the Empress. So you could be somebody that is just very, very psychic in nature. Somebody who has a good balance between knowing when to go within and also knowing when to show up in the world with the knowledge that you have acquired from within. Because the High Priestess is somebody who she just knows. Okay, she's very mystic in nature. She's incredibly psychic and intuitive. Nothing can escape her eyes, and probably you are too. So with the Empress is somebody who is very, very grounded in the 3D, which is the material world. So you are very, very in tune with your own essence, with your own core, which is your own femininity. And rest assured, this is not just about female, okay? Both men and women, all human beings in nature, we all have feminine and masculine energies. So don't worry about that. And yeah, oh my God, yeah. And with the 3 and 2 adding up to 5, which is literally the Hierophant card. So you are meant to channel messages from the divine. You are meant to spread some sort of wisdom and knowledge and insight and just belief systems, and to just bring a higher level of consciousness and vibration to the world by just being yourself, by just connecting with the guidance within, therefore spreading that knowledge out into the collective and insight. And that's very, very powerful in nature, because all of these so-called insights and guidance that you are receiving is actually from the divine itself. It's actually from your guides itself, and they want to help you with that, because you absolutely do have the power to become a very powerful leader in your field, in your community. And maybe this is something that you are working on right now, or maybe this is something that you have yet to acknowledge within yourself. So your guides want you to acknowledge more of your gifts, and if you have yet to work on your purpose, your gifts, you can always start right now. You can always consult within your intuition, because it is always there helping you. When I look at the Hierophant and I think about the number 5 cards in the Minor Arcana, so we have the 5 of Swords, right? The 5 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, and the 5 of Pentacles. Look at all of the cards. The 5 of Swords, which represents like sort of betrayal, conflict, and the 5 of Cups, which is somebody who is consistently looking back at the past and just being very focused on what they have lost and just unable to move forward, because they are just so, because they are very, very hurt by past experiences, right? And it's understandable, of course. And the 5 of Wands, which is competition, aggressiveness, just fighting with one another. And 5 of Pentacles, which is like stuck in the dark, unable to find the light, unable to see the light in the church. And we have 2 people out in the snow. It's like they are refusing to ask for help, or they just can't see the help that is right beside them, right? And all of these 5 cards, like the number 5 cards, it all adds up to the Hierophant. And yeah, the Hierophant's journey is tough. It is very freaking challenging. But you know what's very powerful about a Hierophant is that they don't give up. Instead of turning cold, instead of turning bitter, they turn that pain into wisdom and knowledge. And this is what you're doing. And this is what you are meant to be doing. Like, one of your life purpose could be sharing and spreading what you have learned from past experiences out into the collective, into the people that you're meant to serve. And to always communicate with your guides and ask them for help. And ask them, okay, is this right for me? Is this what I'm meant to be doing? Am I really capable of helping people from the darkness that they are in as well? And you absolutely can. You have the right and you have the power to do that. That's because we have the 2 people bowing down to the Hierophant, right? It's like they are like a follower of the Hierophant itself. And yeah, you are going to gain a lot of respect and followers, and just people being so admired by your unconventional beliefs. And this is what you're meant to be doing, Power 1. Don't lose that essence. Don't lose this side of yourself. Because the High Priestess combined with the Empress, they are just like once they merge up, the 3D and the 5D, they are literally unstoppable. Because what they want, it is what the divine wants for them. What they choose to put out there is what the divine wants them to put out there. It's what the divine wants them to. So they have merged both the 3D and the 5D. And we can all create heaven on earth for everybody here. So don't underestimate this power. Once you start to allow your spirit guides to help you more, to show you the way by listening to their guidance and the feeling, the intuition that you can't seem to shake off, that is your sign to start something. That is the sign to do something. That is the sign of guidance for you. And I'm just looking at this card as if like somebody, this wheel is like catching when this human fall. And yeah, this is like your spirit guide. They are acting as a protector, and you may think that, oh, am I going to fail? Am I going to be doomed? You are not. And there's no such thing as failure out in the universe. Everything is one. Aha, I just saw 122. Hehe. Yes, 122. Yes. There's no such thing as failure out here in the universe. Everything is a learning experience. Everything is a new beginning for you to start from, even if it's just starting from scratch. Okay, so yeah, that's what I have for you, and we will look at the tarot portion of the reading right now. So I hope that the short channeled messages really resonate for you. So yeah, remember that this is a collective reading, so not all messages are going to resonate. Okay, thank you so much for your patience, and we will look at, so first we have the Four of Cups. Wow, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so the topic here is, wait, let me see, is it in frame? Yes, it is. Okay, so what do you need to trust unconditionally? I feel like you have to trust the guidance that you are receiving. I feel like I'm just reiterating what I'm saying from the intro, but yeah, if these messages needs to be repeated, then so be it. I'll allow the divine to come through this just as it is. And I know that for you who have been watching a lot of my readings, and you might notice that I repeat my messages a lot, and if this is what the divine wants me to repeat, then so be it. Okay, so yeah, I just need to put this out there. Okay, you really need to trust the guidance that you are receiving. Look at the Ace of Cups and the Four of Cups. There are two hands that are showing you, that are providing you with messages, providing you with a new opportunity, a new beginning for you, a powerful new start in your life. But I feel like you might doubt it at times. You might not really want to leave your comfort zone, or you might just be very afraid of taking the very first step because you are comfortable with where you are right now. But are you really happy or comfortable and secure and stable with where you are? Or do you want to actually start something new that is just very different from what other people are doing? Because I feel like for pile number one for you guys, I feel like you have a very different route that you're meant to take. And you're meant to create like a new legacy for future generations to come, not just in your family, but for the planet itself. And the Four of Cups and the Ace of Cups here shows me that something that you are doubting, you're doubting like your vision, you're doubting the idea that you are receiving, and you're not sure if this is what you are meant to receive, or this is what is it that you are meant to do, because you are afraid. You are afraid of the stability and comfort that you are going to lose. And let me tell you, no magic, no risk, no magic. Things are not just going to happen for you that easily. Okay, not that easily, but things are not just going to happen for you without actually you taking that first step. And the first step is actually the hardest. It really is the hardest, because when we think it in our minds, like, oh, this first step, it looks easier said than easy, it looks so easy. But actually when we want to take it, normally it's hard for us to actually conquer that fears, because our ego is kind of stopping us from actually achieving what we want, or like our ego is actually protecting us, but in fact it's just keeping us stuck. And I feel like you can trust whichever idea that popped right into your mind right now, this is going to bring you the most financial abundance, because this is what you desire, isn't it? And what else do you need to trust unconditionally? You can trust that you can create this new beginning and to leave financial abundance for you and your loved ones. You can. You absolutely can. You need to trust in your own way of doing things as well. Because as I was mentioning, you are not supposed to be doing the very traditional routes. You are not supposed to be doing what mainstream society has told us to. Because I'm actually thinking about the Hierophant energy that came through. You are meant to create something new. You are meant to create something unconventional and rebellious for everybody to look up to. And what I mean by look up to, it's a change that is being implemented by themselves that is going to help them. And you are going to generate even more wealth for yourself and for other people, because this is the impact that you're meant to be creating, Power One. You can trust the influence that you can have for other people. I mean by influence is like good influence. Okay, it's like a good change that the planet needs right now. This is really what you need to trust, because there is nothing more valuable than following the guidance of our own heart. Once you start living a more meaningful and fulfilling life, you can trust unconditionally that financial abundance is yours. Whatever kind of abundance that you want, it's yours. The people that you're meant to create, your partner, your forever person, the community that you're meant to be building, they are going to be here with you. They are going to be very loyal and devoted to you. This is what you can trust unconditionally, because I feel like you might be isolated and alone for quite some time. And you might really desire something new, a new connection, a new opportunity, a new community, a new environment, anything. And this is what you can get. But with these two cards in the reverse is like telling me that you are still holding on to something that is not really for you. It could be a limiting belief, it could be an idea, it could be whatever it is that is not making you feel emotionally fulfilled. Because I can see both being emotionally fulfilled and financially stable and financially independent is very, very important for you, this group. Yes, both are very important. You can't just have one or the other. And maybe during your years of growing up, you might have just have one or the other. Or you think that, oh, I should be just grateful for what I already have. I should be grateful for what my family or the environment that I have, at least it's so much better than when I don't have anything. But that's not true at all, Power One. If you're not even feeling satisfied, what's the point of you even staying there? What's the point of you being in a situation or in an environment or in a community or in a project or in a school that is not going to bring you any fulfillment? Or if it's just only satisfy you one or the other. I'm getting you have a lot of limiting beliefs, thinking that I can only just have one or the other. But Spirit is saying that you need to trust that you can have both. They are both readily available to you once you take that first step. Once you allow that hand to be handed over to you and that you take that cup. Not just Spirit is like handing you this cup and you are like, should I take it, Spirit? And then you just immediately just take back your hand, and Spirit is like, hey, I'm offering you this cup. Isn't this what you actually always wanted for a very long time? But you are scared, you are afraid, you are fearful. And all of these things are totally understandable. But you can trust that the life you are meant to create, the life you are meant to live, it is not just you fighting life itself, it's you having a support system that can actually, that you can call upon them for backup, not only just in human form, but also in spirit form as well. Because I feel like right now you are being given the free will to recreate, to rewrite your own narrative, to rewrite your own story. And you need to trust that this narrative and this story that you're rewriting, it is one that the divine is going to grant you. It's going to grant you the wish that you've always wanted. But that's the thing, it is going to fulfill you depending on your heart's true desires. Okay, if it's just based on like ego validation, then, and what I mean by egoic desires, it is something that you think you want, but actually it is not for you. So you gotta have to be very, very clear about what you want. Like for example, I'll take myself as an example, right? Like, wanting to be, I mean, okay. What's the example I can give, Spirit? Egoic. Yes. Okay, yes. In the past, I used to be very obsessed with luxury goods, like luxury brands, right? I mean, you guys might know like LV, Gucci, I mean, all of these, okay? I used to be very obsessed with them. And I used to want them. And I thought that this is part of my material abundance, but actually it's not. It is not. This is my surface level egoic desires. This is the reason why I want these branded goods. It's because I want to be validated. I want to be seen in a royal way, I would say, because it kind of increases how I feel about myself, right? Because owning these luxury goods is going to make me feel even better about myself. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted it. But does that really create the fulfillment that I want? No. It's just because I just wanted validation and praise and compliment from other people. So this is just an example for me, and maybe you might have your own examples as well. Remember, the divine would grant your wish, your manifestation, when it aligns truly with what you're meant to be doing and it aligns with your heart's desires. Like what I mentioned, the 3D and the 5D merging together so we can create a more united and conscious and loving community for all of us on this planet Earth. And that you can trust that the right systems, the kind of support that you want, it is going to gather all around you with financial help and people just being very, very generous to you, I would say, giving you a lot of unconditional love that you might not even know that you needed. And yes, what is it that you need to trust? You need to trust that you can have a lot of generosity, not only just love and money, but in terms of, I don't know, maybe validation, compliments, acceptance. You can trust that you can get what you wish for. And that you can use, and that you can actually, when you have that cup being so full, and you can actually give that love to other people. Because what goes around comes around. Everything is energy. And the Ace of Cups here is just, it's just very, very, very beautiful because it's signifying a new, profound love, and love not just in a romantic sense, but love in ways where you can create the life that you want to, romanticizing your life. Aphrodite energy coming through. You creating an altar for the different goddesses that you might really want to work with, or you can just create a garden for yourself, or you can just be the one that can continue this cycle of give and receive. And this is what you need to trust unconditionally. And I feel like what you need to trust unconditionally as well is that the love that you're going to receive, it is not going to be conditional anymore. It is not, because you have moved on and from this cycle for a very long time. And only new, meaningful, unconditionally loving connections are going to enter in your life next. And then you can trust that the love that you have for people is going to come back to you in tenfold. And this is the karma that you have reaped for yourself. Yes, the Ten of Pentacles also speaks about reaping good rewards, reaping good karma for yourself. And this is what is going to come back to you. You have given so much love to other people, don't you, for Pile 1? And I know that in the past, this can come in the expense of you people pleasing. This can come for you in the expense of sacrificing yourself, but you don't have to do that anymore. This cycle is close. This cycle is it's freaking close right now. And the past, the chapter that you keep looking back on, is already closed. It will not come back. It will not come back in anymore. A new exciting cycle for you awaits, which is so full of prosperity, I would say. Prosperous future, prosperous people and love and community. Just you can notice in your external life as well, just people being very generous to you. Okay, animals being drawn to you. Because this is the love that you have cultivated. And that you have done a lot of inner work as well. And there is no more looking back, Pile 1. Okay? You need to trust that your future, it is not going to be the same as what you have encountered. It's going to be very, very different. Really, really very different. It's going to be like a 360 turn, I would say. I'm actually seeing the Wheel of Fortune right now. Yeah, it's going to be a 360 turn. You not even recognize yourself. You not even recognize like, whoa, is this really what is it that's meant for me? And you might be overflowed with a lot of gratitude and overwhelming. And this is totally okay, because this is something that we have never experienced in the past. So it's very important for you to go slow. So Spirit really wants you to trust that whatever you need will be provided for you. Whatever is it that is aligned with your heart's desires is going to be for you. And that there is a lot of spiritual guidance and protection around you. And if you're feeling very alone and isolated right now, trust that new connections are going to come in. Whether is it you want a romantic love, a partner, or just a new friendship, a new friend group, a new project even, anything. I really feel like you can actually just make a wish right now. I don't know why, but you can just make a wish and you can see if it really comes true for you, because it will. It really will. And you have to really be very rooted and grounded in your trust. Trust in the overflowing of love. And trust that generosity that you provide for others, or that others provide for you, it will always come back. The good karma that you are reaping for yourself, the long-term blessings and fulfillment are here to stay. No more just sitting sitting in this state of like, oh, I don't want anything, just leave me alone. Like, no. New energy is going to come in very, very soon whenever you're watching this, okay? It doesn't just have to be 2025, it can be any year. So please trust that the universe, the spirit guides, they have everything that you want and need, and most importantly is you call on them. And don't be afraid of wanting to find the right words and all, but just speak from your heart. That's the most important. You can always trust that as long as it is from your soul itself, it's from your heart itself, the universe will always respond to you. It always will. Your spirit guides, just like this card, they will always, always be here for you, and this is what you have to trust, and with what I've just mentioned, okay? So yeah, that's all for the tarot portion of the reading, and next we will look at the Cosmic Guidance Oracle. And actually I wanted to take just 3 cards, but 4 cards came out for you, so I'm just gonna take them all, okay? So we have action. Okay. We have caution, keep your guard up. Oh, interesting. And we have, okay, we have caution, keep your guard, fire, transformation, and we have set intentions. Yes. Oh shit, can you actually see? Wait, let me, can you see the cards? Hold on. Okay, perfect. So let's start with the action card. So how can you actually enhance your trust? Yeah, you're gonna have to take action. Awaken the warrior woman within. Oh shit. I didn't see there's a booty there, but oh shit. I was like, oh shit. Please don't minimize me, YouTube. Ugh, okay, so I literally didn't notice that, so it's okay, I can make a mistake. Okay, action, awaken the warrior woman within. So yeah, you gotta have to start creating the life that you want. You can't just be in your mind 24/7 and expect it to just create in your reality, because that is not going to happen. No matter how many times you see in your dream, no matter how many times you see in your mind's eye, only when you start taking that very first step, and what I just mentioned, the first step is normally the hardest, right? And you've got to allow yourself to conquer that, to really have the courage within, because I can see that your soul is definitely a fighter. You are definitely a warrior. You are definitely a warrior woman that has just so many grit and determination to overcome all of the obstacles that you are so determined to overcome. And you will, Power One. You just have to start taking that first step. And to not be afraid of any challenges and so-called failures that come your way, because these are just a stepping stool for you to get to where you want faster. And look at this woman holding an arrow. She's hitting the target. And you can hit the target straight to the eye, because you have that ability. You do. Now gather up that fire and courage and start doing it. Okay? Next, this is very interesting. Caution, keep your guard up. At first I thought that there is something they need to be very cautious about, but I realized, I'm just too surface level. And the divine has like a different way of interpreting this card, which this download that I'm receiving right now. I feel it's because you have been keeping your guard up. Just like the Four of Pentacles in the reverse and the Ace of Cups in the reverse. I know the Four of Pentacles. Oops, sorry, it should be the Four of Cups. But yeah, the Four of Pentacles in the reverse. The Four of Pentacles is somebody that is holding on to things very tightly, refusing to let go. And yeah, the Four of Cups as well. in the reverse. I know that in the reverse, people might think that, oh, but in the reverse, shouldn't it be a good card? But that's not how I read in the spread, okay? Just to mention. But yeah, it's more of like you have been in a survival mode for a very, very long time. And this is not to blame you or this is not to blame you or shame you. It's just to make you realize that, hey, it is a time where you can actually allow yourself to slowly but surely to remove the armor that you have placed in your heart or just in yourself, and that you don't have to be hyper vigilant, you don't have to be vigilant like all the time, and that you can allow people to come close to you. Of course, I'm not trying to say that, oh, I have to go around and trust other people. Like, no, it's just to slowly but surely, through patience, through time, you can see that the universe is always on your side. You don't have to hold yourself so tightly to the point that you are not allowing anybody or like any connections or just anything to come through, because the more you are holding a shield up for you, the more you're just blocking that blessings, isn't it? And once you start to release its grip, this is when all of the blessings can start coming towards you, and that you can start to create the life that you've always deserved. Okay? So how can you enhance your trust? Is to start releasing the armor one by one. You don't have to be like, oh, I have 100 armors right now and I'm going to release it until 50. Like, no, it's just, this is your 100 armor, and you can actually release it 99, 98, 97, 96. Because it knows how difficult it can be, and how your nervous system can also be like, oh, can soften up. You can soften up to life, and you can soften up to just anything in general. Okay, so, and to always remember that trust, it can be cultivated over time. It is not just, oh, in a few months I'm gonna give my heart to this person or to this community and all of that. No, it's to slowly but surely build up that effort through consistency. And you can do it. I trust in you. You can do it. I just know that you can do it, Power One. Okay. Next, we have fire with transformation, rebirth, and renewal. And how can you actually enhance your trust? I feel it's really by embracing the change that is actually coming towards you right now, or that you are currently in, or you have actually gone through it, or maybe it's just a transformation or a change that is happening. Yeah, this change is good. We are changing every second, every minute of our lives. Are we able to reframe our perspective with change and to look at transformation in a very different new way? And to allow this rebirth to happen, to allow yourself to go through the flames and to come back anew, to know that I can actually transform. I don't have to be afraid. And I know that at the other side of this rebirth, it is terrifying, yes, but it's also liberating you in a way where you have never experienced before. Because if you don't go through the change and the rebirth and the transformation that life has prepared you for, so that you can emerge on the other side, then you will only be stuck here. You will only be stuck in this very limiting belief of, oh, no, I'm just only going to stay in my comfort zone. No, I don't want this change. but ask the people that have actually crossed the threshold from this side to the other side, who has actually passed through the flames. Yes, it is going to be very intense. Yes, it's very, very challenging. But the other side of it, nobody has ever told you that, oh, I want to go back. I want to go back to the past again. Nobody will ever say that, actually. They're just so happy and proud of themselves, and you can too. You can enhance your own trust by actually going through that renewal, that cycle of rebirth, that cycle of transformation, so that you can see how beautiful the other side is and how liberating that can be. And you can look at things in a very, very different perspective. Look at people who are still stuck in their fear-based mindset. And you know that you can't change them, but unless they are willing to change by themselves, right? You can do that for yourself. You always can. And change doesn't have to be something that is huge. Change can be maybe changing your routine, incorporating something new. For example, before you sleep, you can probably listen to some sound bowls to maybe make you feel even more relaxed. Sorry, excuse me, I just burped. Or maybe go to sleep 30 minutes before or an hour before. That is also a change, right? The kind of change that you are actually willing to be very consistent, not just change in a very like, oh, I will do this and I will not do that the next day. Like, no, change that is very consistent for you. And one that is slow and steady, not to the point that it will scare you and overwhelm you too much. Okay, this is how you can actually build up your trust slowly by hey, I can trust myself. I can trust my own judgment. I can trust my own discernment. And that, let's say in the past, you used to reach out for other people's opinions and guidance rather than yourself. You have put others above yourself. And right now you can be like, oh, let's say somebody gave you an advice or guidance. I'm like, okay, do I really want to listen to it? Do I really want to take it? Is this really relevant for me? You can actually ask yourself these questions. And that's a good sign that you are finally putting yourself first, that you are finally listening to your own intuition and discernment. Just like right now you're listening to my readings, right? And what I say, it can fit in for you or it doesn't have to fit in for you. It can resonate for you. It doesn't have to resonate for you. You have to trust in your own guidance and discernment. Yeah, all collective readings are like this. You can just take in what every reader says as true. What you have to do is check in with your own guidance system. That is the most important. And to know that whichever fire that is being activating within you right now, whichever initiation, whichever change that is being initiated in you right now or in the future, you can go through that. And you can allow that process to be more swift and graceful. Yes, maybe the very first time it can be like, oh, I don't want to. I'm just like in the push-pull, and it's totally okay. But as change continues to evolve, as you continue to evolve, this process will be more swift and smooth because you are no longer holding on to it, and you can trust that Spirit has my highest good. Spirit has my back. And that change can be a very liberating process as well. And I'm not denying the pain that we all have gone through. I myself have. Okay, I've cried like shit every single time when I've gone through transformation. I've been hurt a lot of times. I've been crying, I've been begging, I've been just, this is the process of change. This it is. But once you start to acknowledge that and go through the process of grief, I can assure you that life on the other side is just so different. Different in a good way, okay? So yeah, last but not least, we have set intentions, we've planted seeds and watched them grow. Yes. What is it that you want to manifest? You have to be very clear about your desires. You can't just be like, oh, I just want this. Just like what I was mentioning about my luxury goods, right? If I've never checked in with myself, if I never acknowledge and admit it to myself that, like about the about the reason for me wanting those luxury goods, I would just continue to be stuck in this process. Yes, I do want material abundance. Yes, I do want to be financially independent, but do I actually want branded and luxury stuff? Like, not exactly, not really. Because I know that this is not is what's going to bring me the most fulfillment. So you got to be very clear on what you want, power one. You got to set the intention and take action. Take action. I feel like this is very, very important, because I just feel like for a lot of you, you might just be thinking or just planting the seeds, or maybe just planting for other people other than yourself. And you have to start doing the work and putting in the effort so that you can see your life growing into the most, you can see life unfold in the best way possible. Okay? So, yes, I am just going to put this aside. Thank you so much for being with me and for just listening to the end. Thank you. So, last but not least, before we end this entire reading, I'm going to look at this Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. So I have one card for you to see which animal spirit guide is helping you to trust more. So, yes, we have Owl Spirit. You see clearly now. And we have the number 43, which is the Emperor and the Empress. Yes, you have gods and goddesses just that are more, like, I wouldn't say that are more, but just gods and goddesses that are more specifically leaned into, for example, like maybe you have like a goddess that is kind of leaning into more of their masculine energy. They might be assisting you, or you can have a god who is more feminine in nature that is helping you. Yeah, you can have both, and both feminine, your feminine and your masculine energies are incredibly important, and I feel like they are helping you to find balance within yourself and to actually understand your own feminine and masculine energies, right? So that you don't get lost in what society tells you to be masculine or what society tells you to be feminine, to suppress any of your sides. Like, no, both your feminine and your masculine have to work in balance together so that you can hold space for both. Yeah, so that you can hold space for both and know that one would not do it, one would not be able to, what is the right word? One would not be able to sustain life or yourself in general if we don't have both. Okay, so both are very important in nature. If we just lean into, it's not to say if we just lean, but if we don't hold space for both the masculine and the feminine to come through, then we would be very unbalanced, and we would kind of be in a mess, which is what the society is right now, as you can tell. Okay, and both are incredibly important. And this is not about men or women. This is about both energies existing with one or the other. Okay, if the Emperor just has only a logical side to things without being guided by the soul, without being guided by the heart, then he would just be only relying on logical or masculinity. And if the feminine is only all about the unseen without actually putting in any action, which is just like, basically, it's just like what I was saying about the setting intentions card. The Empress is very good at setting the intention. But if there is no force to actually hold space for the feminine, then it won't work as well. We will only just be stuck in our hearts, rather than really just following and trusting the masculine to help us. Okay, blah blah blah. I don't know if that makes sense, but yes. So I'll be reading the, oh my goodness, I literally just flipped open to this card. So yeah, this is very important for you, Owl Spirit. You could be very drawn to the owl, you could be very drawn to the night, you could be very drawn to the unknown, the unseen, the mystical forces as well. But without the help of the Emperor, without the help of the masculine energy, you will not be able to create something, because the masculine feels afraid. And this is when the feminine needs to reassure the masculine that, hey, we can do it, we can actually create this. Okay, we can actually have more self-worth and to be more grounded and more rooted in our 5D, because this is what we deserve. This is the kind of life that we deserve. So like I said, both energies are extremely, extremely important. Okay, the owl spirit. So I'm going to read the upright card. Owl spirit arrives to remind you that the wisdom within you is informed by your keen senses and the wisdom within the consciousness we all share. Even in the darkest night, the owl sees clearly and is guided by every sense it has, including the first sense of intuition. Yes, exactly, like your intuition is increasing. You have to go within to sit in silence without any noise, without any distraction, but just be with yourself for a while. I'm hearing like 20 minutes, okay. But if you're just starting something, if you're just starting this practice, then you can start with 5 minutes first. You can start with, or maybe just 1 minute, just that 1 minute, 5 minutes, or the best of course is 20 minutes, but you can build your strength up, you can build that muscle up as well, okay. And that your intuition is consistently guiding you and helping you right now in order to build the kind of life that you want, okay. Right now your sensitivities are turbocharged and you are receiving messages from all directions. Our spirit reminds you to be wise and pay attention to what's between the lines, what is invisible to the naked eye, what cannot be heard with the ears, and what others may not be able to perceive. Yes, you have a very strong sense of clarity right now so that you can see yourself and the world more clearly. You have a more higher perspective right now, I would say. With all of your senses aroused, you have much knowledge available to you. Clarity will come as you sit with all that you are sensing, allowing your intuition to guide you in understanding the whole and not just the parts. Yes, let your wisdom arise and be your guide as you trust the acuity of all your senses. Intuition is real and can provide the clarity you need to understand your situation right now. Your relationships, your finances, your job, whatever it is, you can see the truth clearly now. Yes, the truth is very, 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 very important for you. Whether is it the truth about yourself, whether is it the truth about the next step you're meant to be guided, you're meant to be taking in. You can trust what is already in you. You can trust the feeling that you can't seem to actually shake off. Maybe it's just for me personally, I would describe my intuition as sort of like just something that I can't get rid of, and it's always at the back of my mind. At least that's just for me personally, okay? And I don't know for many of you how you connect with yourself, but it's very, very important for you to trust the wisdom and the guidance and the knowledge that you have within. And to know that both your feminine and your masculine energies, they are both very activated within you right now, and they want your attention and they want you to sit with it. And in order for you to recreate what it means to be feminine, what it means to be masculine, not what society wants, but what it is that you want as a human, okay, to be, what is it that you want as a human, and how can you assist your feminine to assist your masculine, okay, because the masculine needs to feel safe. The feminine needs to reassure the masculine so that the masculine can show up in the world as him or herself. Okay. Whew. So that is all that I have for you right now. Wow, that's a pretty long reading, I would say, isn't it? And I just hope that this reading really, really helped you, and it helped me as well. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but whenever I do a reading, I actually understand you guys more, and I actually understand myself more as well. So it really goes in both ways. So I'm just really, really glad to be able to help you in this reading, and I can resonate with the messages just as you do, because I'm in this journey with you guys as well. Okay, and thank you so much for accepting imperfect, flawed parts of me. Thank you for allowing me to be myself and to show up as who I really am in this channel. Thank you so much for just subscribing to the Grown Girl Tarot and for just supporting me and my channel. I'm just really, really thankful, and I really, really hope that these messages help and inspire you, and so that you can see yourself more clearly, so that you can trust yourself, especially more unconditionally, and what I've just mentioned unconditionally as well. Okay, so if you're interested, you can definitely check out my podcast. I did like one of the posts on my latest episode of my podcast, episode 19, and you can check them out, or you can check them out or you don't. So it's available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And I forgot to mention, my podcast name is Life by Pam. So if you're interested in hearing like my rant and all of that, then you can search it out and listen to it. And if you're interested, you can check out my blog at hiitspamela.substack.com. And I want to thank all of Part 1. I want to thank especially my spirit guides, my angels, like the divine itself, archangels, for allowing me to read for you. Thank you so much for giving me this gift. I really, really appreciate it, and I appreciate all of you. So feel free to like, subscribe, and comment if you want to, and sending you guys so much love, and I will see you guys in my next reading. So thank you so much, Part 1, and bye. Hi, welcome back, pile number 2. And if you are drawn to this card, then this is going to be your reading for today. If you want to know the details, I specifically mentioned them in my intro, so do check it out. Remember that this is a collective reading and not all messages are going to resonate. So please only take what resonates for you, and if those that don't, then just leave it behind for others to take it as it is, okay? And if they don't resonate for you, then you can check out another pile or my other readings or other fantastic tarot readers out there. So thank you so much for being here. And as you can see, the setup here, it's very different from the intro that you saw, or maybe even, or you could even come from Part 1, right? And I don't know why, I just feel like decorating before I actually start this part, and it actually resonates with the I would say like the image, the words that you picked, which is open your heart to the magic around you. I wanted this part to be full of beauty and magic, and I feel like you could be a really beautiful person in general, and you could like styling up, or you like to dress up, okay, and you like to fill your life, your energy, your space with just a lot of positivity, with a lot of beauty, with a lot of loving rituals, and just full of aesthetic images that pleases you in a sexual way as well, maybe. So okay, so I'm going to start with channeled messages, and I'm going to look at the tarot readings after, and then you should know how the reading goes, especially when you have listened to my intro. Okay, so let's get started, shall we? Okay, so I channeled a bit of messages just now, and so I'm also getting another message, is that you could be a dancer. You could be somebody that is just very graceful in their movements and actions every day, not only just in themselves, but in the space and your energy in the life that you pour yourself into. I'm actually seeing somebody with just beautiful flowers, decorated room, especially with where they live in. And if you are living alone, and you could have just a very warm and loving space. And I'm also getting you could have a very warm and loving energy as well. People feel a lot of comfort. Like people would go to you for just a lot of comfort and validation, I'm hearing, because you could be somebody that gives a lot of praise and just loves to just see the beauty in others, and just loves to see the beauty in this world. And you could be somebody that's into art, into performing arts as well, into ceramics, just somebody who likes to bring out beauty out into the world. And I'm also getting somebody who likes to dress very differently. Okay, you could be somebody that is very into trends, but at the same time, you know how to use those trends to your benefit. It's like you kind of follow the trend, but at the same time, you don't follow the trend at the same time. So it's like you use the trend to your own benefit, and you know how to dress it up in your own way by not exactly following the trend. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's the message that I'm getting here as well. And yeah, with the number 19, which is the Sun card as well, and you could be somebody that's just very, very loving, very joyful, very uplifting, just very positive and very positive to be around. And I'm just getting people like to be around you, especially with, look at the different kinds of beauty here. Like we have the sun, and we have the clouds, we have the moon, and we have rainbows and mountains. I feel like this is very sweet. You could be guided by Mother Earth herself. You could be guided by Mother Nature. Or you could just be very drawn to exquisite beauty, elegance, very poised, very graceful, and these are all words that you may compliment yourself with, or other people may compliment you with. Or if other people don't compliment you with, then I'm here to tell you that you are just a very poised individual. Okay, and regardless of gender, okay, it doesn't matter which gender you are, but you're just very elegant and just very put together, I would say. And yeah, so your beauty could be very different from what society deems as beautiful, but you know how to dress yourself up. You know how to make your beauty stand out even more, I would say. And that is what is very beautiful about you, because you don't give into naysayers, you don't give into people who try to put you down in terms of like your beauty, or if people have told you that, oh, you should dial it down, you should dim yourself down, or that your beauty will not be appreciated by others. Wow, that's such a hurtful thing to say. And I'm so sorry, Pautu, if people have told you that or make you feel like that in the past. But I'm here to tell you that your beauty is unconventional, and it can bring I don't know why I'm hearing like a shock to a lot of people, because you just look and vibrate very different. And I would say you could even come from different planets as well. Maybe you are starseed. You come from you just vibrate at a different consciousness. You just vibrate at a different vibration. And yes, art, creativity, innovation, that you are meant to create something new, and you are meant to birth something new out into the world. You are not meant to follow like traditional paths, like for example a 9 to 5 job. And this is not a dig towards people who have a 9 to 5 job. It's just specifically for this pal. I'm just getting someone who is just very, very unconventional in nature. And I feel like you are also someone that is meant to take the road less traveled, okay? And you just don't go according to society in general, okay? And you are meant to innovate and create something new, okay? Beauty that is just very rebellious in nature, I would say, and just very unconventional. Okay, like I'm just getting someone who shops at thrift stores, someone who shops at, or someone who buys things from a shop that actually not many people know. And it doesn't just have to be Like it can be online as well. Like you shop at stores that not many people know, and you want other people to know that, hey, you know, it's not just about the one that is the most popular. It's actually the one that, okay, like, can I actually see the beauty in this? And I feel like you have a very keen eye. You really do. You have a very great sense of fashion style, and not only just fashion style, but just in observing the beauty around the world. Like people might think that, oh, is this really that beautiful? But no, you catch the eye of just a lot of people. Even like you can see the nature of that item. For example, like I don't know, I'm just giving a very random example right now, like a rose here. Like people might be, oh, this is just a fake flower. What is this? What is even beautiful about this? But you know what? What is the most appealing thing about this flower? It's not about the red rose itself, it's about the energy. Okay, it's really about the energy that it gives you. It's like, oh, red rose, it romanticizes my life. It makes my life feel even more bright, even more uplifting, right? And I don't know about the definition of red rose, so this is just a random example that I came up with, and take what it resonates for you. So yeah, and I just want to tell you that you don't have to follow, and I know that you won't, okay? Like Aquarius energy could be very significant, but you are just such a joy to be around. You are like the sun, basically the sun card, which is the number 19. You feel like home to a lot of people. You really do, Pao too. And I really hope that you will continue to bring much beauty, even beauty that people might think that is bizarre, that is just really weird, that just doesn't fit in. And why should we fit in? Like exactly, why should we? Some things and some people are just not meant to fit in, and why should we? Honestly, we should actually question them, not actually just like, oh, okay, fine, then let's just fit in. Like, no, we are not going to do that. And I know that you're not going to do that, Pao too. And kudos to you. Okay, kudos to you. And I know that in the future you have so much bright, beautiful blessings awaiting you, because whatever beauty it is that you're creating, whether is it in yourself or whether is it some sort of I don't know, some sort of art, some sort of film, some sort of photo, or some sort of book that you are bringing out, just make sure that you're always staying true to yourself. Okay, just like the message here. Open your heart to the magic around you, that you are the magic itself. This is why you can easily find magic in others and in items that just don't seem eye-catching to other people, but you can easily spot it and find it very easily, because like I mentioned, you have a very keen eye. You can see beauty just literally everywhere. Okay, and please don't lose this side of yourself, because this is actually a gift from Spirit and the Divine herself. Okay, so yes, that is all for the channeled messages. So next we are going to look at the tarot about the question, what do you need to trust unconditionally? Okay, we have the moon in the reverse. We have the star. Okay, I need to where is hold on. You know what? It's okay. Let's just use this to cover it up. Okay. We have the star, so I need to cover it up. But yes. Okay. Last but not least, we have the Magician in the reverse. This is just very cool. Okay, let me see, is it in frame? I want to shift this. La 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 la, it should be, is it? Okay, cool. So let's get started. What do you need to trust unconditionally? I really feel like what I mentioned in the beginning, it kind of summarizes what I'm trying to say, but yes, it's just you gotta trust and believe in your path, in the life that you want to create, because the moon in the reverse shows me that you are meant to walk a different path very differently from other people, right? Aquarius energy, like I mentioned, the star. You are meant to innovate, you are meant to create something new. And I feel like this is something that you have to trust unconditionally, because it really is a gift. Like, Spirit has given you a gift of whatever ideas, whatever dream life that you want to create, you can put it into reality. You absolutely can. And the star comes out after the Tower card, right? So no matter how many times you have been beaten down, no matter how many times you were being thrown out of the tower itself, you can always pick it up piece by piece and restart your life. I feel like what you really need to trust unconditionally is the fact that you can restart your life anytime. So it's like, for example, let's say you are on a path, not on a path, let's say you're doing this job today. And let's say tomorrow I have decided that, or let's say I got a download, or I just feel very called to quit. Okay, this is just a random example. So please don't take it as it is like, oh, if I say that you quit, that means you need to quit. Like, no, please be very discerning and to listen to your intuition at all times. Okay, this is just a very random example. Let's say your intuition tells you to quit, right? And the next day you'll be like, oh, I'm going to quit. I'm not doing this job anymore. And I'm going to create a life that I deserve. This is how spontaneous you can be. As long as you don't want to do this path, or you don't want to do this job, or you don't want to do this creative endeavor anymore, you just give it up very easily. I don't know why I'm just getting this vibe of, but yeah, you are just very quick. And because you trusted what it is actually from your own internal guidance that is telling you that, okay, it is time for me to follow a new path. And then you would just remove it, or like, for example, you are doing like a YouTube channel, right? Like, you just write a post saying that, oh, hey, I'm not doing this reading anymore, or I'm shifting to a new channel, or I'm shifting to something new, and kudos and bye. Like this is how this is just how spontaneous you are. This is just how free you are. And maybe your followers or your friends even, they would be like, whoa, like, do you really have to make this decision that quick? Like, why can't you just think about it more? And you're like, no, I'm not going to think about it. This is just what I want. And I don't want to do this anymore. But at the same time, if let's say if one day, okay, you decided that, okay, I want to come back to this job, or like I want to come back to this channel, or like I want to come back to this creative endeavor, or I want to come back to this idea and job again, then you'll be like, okay, I'll just come back. But like I said, if it's like a job, okay, itself, then you have to consider whether that person will take you back. Okay, this is just a very a very ridiculous example, I would say, but this is just coming out straight from my mind. So yes, but yeah, like, you decide for yourself the life that you want, and you are just that quick, regardless of what other people think. Even if you have built like a life for yourself, you can easily just dismantle it and, okay, I'm gonna go find my next adventure. I can go find my next passion that I'm very interested in. And I feel like this is something that you can trust unconditionally, because it is a guidance for you, and it's to tell you that, okay, these are things that I need to leave behind so that I can actually move forward and create the kind of life that I deserve, and to create and to actually try something new, try something unconventional. Okay, and I'm also getting another message. If you are a parent, right, if you have a family, and of course you can't, I mean, I don't want to say you can't, but you gotta have to, like, you can't just leave everything behind, right? Like, that's not realistic for you. Okay, and you gotta have to discuss, or let's say you can be like, oh, can I put my child in foster care or in childcare for like maybe that 1 or 2 days, and maybe that 1 or 2 days I can actually dedicate my time to something new, something that I have been wanting to do for a very long time. Like, you need to have a discussion with your family, right? And like I mentioned, the previous example that I gave was very ridiculous. So if you are, if you know that you have something very important that you need to guard, that you have responsibility and obligations to, something that you gotta have to discuss with like the people around you and your family. Okay, this is just another, like, a message that I need to put it out here first. But what you can trust unconditionally is that whichever path, whichever vision or idea that you feel the most drawn to, I can almost be 100% sure that this is your path to take with the star card here. It is really the path that you're meant to take, because you are just meant to create something unconventional. And you gotta have to, sometimes, okay, you gotta have to have some sacrifices. Okay, like the sacrifice can be being isolated, right? Being very alone. And I'm gonna use myself as an example here, which is I have been following my passion for, I would say, almost 2 years. And I'm not gonna lie, this path has been very lonely, very terrifying, and sometimes I really just want to get the support from my friends and my family, but at the same time, I know that it's very hard for them to understand what I want to do, because yeah, like, they just don't understand, like, my family as well. And because my parents, like my family, they are working a 9 to 5 job, but I'm not. And somehow I just look very weird, and just, I look like an outcast, I should say. And I have to sacrifice the need of being understood, like right now, at least just right now, okay, at this point in time, and I'm just focusing on my path. But if I could turn time over again, I mean, I don't like to use this, but let's just say, okay, I would still go down this path. I would still go down this path. I really will, because this is my passion, this is my life. And even if they are my family and friends, they have no control over my life, isn't it? Even if they think that, oh, maybe I should just find a job and just get on with life, and I can just find a job that can pay me instantly, that I can be financially secure and stable in this job, this career, this path that I'm doing, it's just very unstable. Like, I don't have like a, I don't have an income. And what am I actually waiting? What am I actually doing? And this path has been a very lonely road, because I'm doing it all by myself. I have to figure it out all by myself along the way. Like, honestly, there's just nobody there to help me. Like, I'm just all alone. But this is the sacrifice that I'm willing to make. Do I have fears? Do I have self-doubts? Of course. Sometimes I kind of still attach like my like how my work is with external validation, but I know that the external world doesn't represent me at all. Is this gonna scare me? Of course. Am I gonna get judged and criticized for it? Maybe. But is this gonna stop me from going down the path that I want? No. It will never stop me. Maybe I will just like rest for a few months, but I will not stop. So I feel like this is something that you gotta have to pay very close attention to and make some changes according to your life. It doesn't have to be something huge, right? Like it can just be, oh, maybe taking like an hour or two to maybe just do something that you want. Something that has been calling you for a very long time, because with the Magician card and the Moon in reverse shows me that you have still yet to realize your potential. You have still yet to realize your ability on the kind of path and the kind of purpose that you have in this lifetime. And I feel like Spirit really wants to affirm you that the path that you're meant to take, it is not the traditional route anymore. It really is not. And I feel like you have been feeling really empty, really drained, and you don't know which path I want to go, which path I want to take. And you gotta have to answer that for yourself. I'm not gonna give you the answer because everybody's answer is just very different. But I can assure you that what you need to trust unconditionally is that whichever direction you feel the most called to, okay, it is yours to take. It is the path that you're meant to take, despite all of the fears that you have been facing, despite what other people have, like whatever their beliefs that they have conditioned you into. They are not yours to take, they are not yours to handle. And I don't know why I'm getting this message is that if your parents or like your family in general, they place some sort of the kind of work that you need to do. Like for example, your parents, they have like a dream, like they want to be an actress, for example, and then they place that dream onto you. But you'll be like, I don't want to be an actress. I want to create art. I want to be a director. And this is the time when you gotta have to tackle those fears. You gotta have to tackle those challenges, because the life that you want, I'm not gonna lie, it's not going to be easy. But I know that you can do it with the Star card here. You have unlimited potential. You have so much that you can create and put it out into the world for the world to see. But you are still stuck in the fears of the past at the same time. You are still being very tied to the conditions of what other people have told you, what other people have told you. And you gotta have to let it you gotta have to let yourself break free from that cage that you have conditioned yourself into. Because the Magician and the Moon card here in the reverse, it doesn't mean it's bad, okay? It doesn't mean it's negative. It's just you have it. You have the guts and the courage and the boldness within you to actually move in the darkness. Okay, the Moon card in the upright. I mean, I feel like in other decks that I have, this is the Rider-Waite Tarot. It's like the moon is facing the truth from all of the illusions, able to find a light at the end of the tunnel, able to move in darkness, no matter how fearful you are. But at the same time, knowing that there are signs and synchronicities waiting around you. Like Spirit is consistently giving you signs, whether is it through numbers, whether is it through Mother Gaia herself, even Mother Nature. And guidance doesn't have to be loud. Sometimes it can just be that sometimes it can just be that little voice that tells you that it's okay, keep going, and keep going. And if you do need encouragement, I'm here to encourage you to continue to do that. In the star card here, I'm just seeing some sort of faith that you need to have, and that you are gonna have to trust that you have everything within you. You really do. And that you are meant to be seen in some sort of way. You are meant to create something out of nothingness. You are meant to create something out of darkness. To put it out for other people, for people who are struggling just like you, and to help them find their way back home to themselves and even to the world that they want to create. Nobody is able to tell you what to do, only you. You are the only one that can dictate your life. And it's just very interesting, right? I remember when I first learned tarot, it's just, I think this is a dog, I think this is a wolf, if I'm not wrong, please correct me. And we have like the small little crab here, and I feel like you might feel like the crab here. And you are the crab that is walking the path out here. And like the moon card, the moon is like watching over you. Spirit is like watching over you and needs you to have faith and trust that they are consistently guiding you and they are protecting you always in your path. They are protecting your path and they are asking you to take the leap. Excuse me. They are asking you to take the leap of faith, to be unconventional, to move away from society. And I'm not trying to say to move away from society. That doesn't mean that you have to consistently isolate yourself, even though there is going to be a period of time where you are going to be alone, because you're going to have to spend time talking to your inner guidance. You're going to have to spend time listening to your intuition. The Magician, Mercury energy, yes. Gemini and Virgo. The Moon, Cancer energy. The Star, Aquarius energy. I really feel like even if you think that you have nothing right now, or that you don't have any tools to help you, I strongly feel like you have, especially within you. You think that the tools you need are actually from the outside world, but could it be it's just because, could it be, okay, this is not a definite answer, could it be that you have been procrastinating, or you just threw out different kinds of excuses? You know the answer, Pao Tu, deep within yourself. I'm sure you do. A lot of the times we think we don't know what we want, but actually the answer has always been buried within us. It's just we just want some confirmation from the outside world. What do you need to trust? You need to trust in your skills. You need to trust in your potential. You need to trust that the tools that you need, the resources that you need have always been within you, have always been, I would even say it has always been in your mind. It has always been at the back of your mind even. And it's time to balance the energy of the feminine energy and the masculine energy of the Mercury to start taking just that one step at a time. The Star card always gives me a vibe of like somebody who is meant to replenish themselves, especially after a long and tiring battle, or like a long and unexpected shifts in their life. And you could feel this way as well. You could feel like, I'm just in darkness, I'm just stuck right now. And I know it can be challenging. I'm not trying to say that this is going to be easy. This is very, very challenging for you. But if you want to have a life that you really, really want to create for yourself, you gotta have to leave some things behind. And sometimes the things can be other people misunderstanding you, other people isolating you, other people hating or criticizing you. Or you might even have to accept the fact that you don't know everything. Like when I first started out tarot as well, I was very afraid. I thought that I need to have every piece of knowledge, or like I need to know everything before I actually can start a channel. But this has been at the back of my mind, I would say, okay lah, for me, it took me like, I would say, a week for me to actually start taking action, but it scared the shit out of me. But I know that the divine is always guiding me. I know that the earth needs my support and help to be able to help to free others from darkness and to actually find a light within. Because the star card here, because look at this person, she's naked. And naked to me shows that you can write you can change the script in your story. You can. And take every day as a new beginning. And that take every day as a form of chance that, okay, I can start something new today. I can add something new to my routine. What is that one small step or that one daily habit I can do to actually kind of romanticize my life, to make my life feel more meaningful and purpose, because I can sense that you are finding some sort of meaning and purpose in your life right now. And I'm here to tell you that your meaning and your purpose in life is to create your dream life that you want, to merge the free will of what you already have, what the divine has been given to you, because you can trust that the earth is in your hands, the Two of Wands energy coming through. You are the main character of your own story, not some sort of side character that other people tell you what to do, or what your fears have told you, things that are just not true. It is based on past experiences that our ego is trying to protect us, and this is not to put blame on our ego. It's just to, we gotta have to find some way to work with our mind, because sometimes it can be very, very, it can actually hinder us on our path, honestly. But part two, all you can trust is that the power, the magic, the wand that you need, the wisdom, the knowledge, the guidance system is all in you already. Look at the star card here. You have everything within you. You have the free will. You always have. You can pour back anything that you don't want out and just cleanse it, wash it, burn it, and start a new life that you totally deserve. And like I mentioned, a new life doesn't have to be you running away from home. It doesn't have to be that extreme, but it can be starting from small habits, small steps that you can actually take. And before even that small step, maybe some of you need to ask yourself first. You need to connect with yourself, because I can see that there is like a disconnection, definitely a huge disconnection from yourself, because you have been very focused on the external world, even maybe very afraid of others' perceptions, or just focusing too much on social media. Why not check in with yourself first? It's just very interesting, right? If the star card, like, she has one foot on the ground and she has one foot being dipped into the water. And it's like, it's giving me 5D and the 3D. So it's like the spiritual worlds and the material world, is that you are able to blend them together. You can trust that whichever you feel called to the most, you can take action. You can. And I just want to give this example. For example, me recording this tarot reading, right? Maybe you think that, oh, let's say if you want to be a content creator, right? And you think that, oh, I need to have some sort of high-tech, I need to have some high-tech technology. I need to have a camera. At first, I really thought that, I really thought that I need to have a camera and actual equipment. But I just use my phone to record. But does the quality actually really matters a lot? Maybe for others the quality does matter, or like the aesthetics of the setup is also very important, maybe to some people. But to me, I mean, it still matters to me, but not to extreme where I'm like, oh, I have to make everything look perfect. Because I feel like what is the most important here is the intention and the purpose that I'm putting out here, and the work that I'm doing. That is the most important. You don't have to invest in such huge amounts of money in order to actually get something started. Sometimes it takes for you to just have a pen and a paper, and you can actually come up with something very extraordinary with just a pen and a paper sometimes, really. And to always remember that you can trust, okay, what you need to trust unconditionally is the way your thoughts can come in the form of what you feel the most drawn to right now. Do you really think the thoughts are actually from yourself? No, they are actually from the divine. They are actually from spirit themselves. This is what they are pushing you and nudging you towards. Because they know that you have been wanting it, but at the same time, you have a hard time trusting and having faith in it. And it's totally okay, right? But at the same time, let spirit prove it to you. Let spirit prove to you that this path, this unconventional path that you're meant to take, it will be the life of your dreams. Let spirit and the universe show you the way, guide you. But the most important thing is you don't give up on yourself. You don't give up on the life that you deserve. No matter how many obstacles you meet, you gotta have to be willing to face them head on. And I know that you will. Your manifestation abilities is also very strong as well, because you are somehow connected to the spiritual realm at the same time, disconnected from it. It's like a push and pull energies I'm getting is that you kind of receive downloads and messages, but at the same time you'll be like, oh, you just brush it off and think that, oh, maybe that's just not for me lah. I don't know if I really want this, or I don't know, let's just give it up and let's just focus on the reality world instead. And sometimes not all things are just meant to be understood, are not meant to be logically understood. Sometimes it is what it is that is felt by the soul and your heart itself. Okay, so Billy Bala, what do you need to trust unconditionally? Really, it's all about your route, your path, your vision, your idea, whatever it is that you want to put out in the world, however it is that you want to express yourself, you can be sure that Spirit has given you the free will. And you have the pen and pencil and paint in your hands. The canvas is right in front of you. How you draw it, how you paint it, it is up to you. And I want to say, don't throw this gift away, because you have the power to live a life of of all of your manifestation, all of your wishes coming through, because you really have the ability to do that. You really have been. You really have been. I know that you have been through a lot of fears and conditions and just belief systems that are being placed upon you, and you still have. Okay, we still have. But now it's time to face the challenge, face the fear, and move straight on. Okay. Whew, so that is all for the tarot portion of the reading. Okay, let me just put this aside and back. Okay. Yes. Okay. So the next question is, I'm going to be using the Cosmic Guidance Oracle to see how can you actually enhance your trust. Okay. Action. Exactly what I was just saying. Exactly what I was just saying. And I need to. Yeah. And you might actually be drawn to pile number one, because pile number one came, pile number one, this card came through again. So you might be drawn to pile number one as well. So yeah, if you are drawn to it, then you can definitely check them out. If you're not drawn to it, then don't. Okay. Next we have flow. See where it takes you. And we have happy endings. Exactly. End of a chapter. Yeah. We are in the era of Pluto and Aquarius. We are already in the next era, even though a lot of us, we are still in sort of like the crossroads. We are still in the middle of this old and new. But the chapter of the old, I can confirm that it has ended. Okay, it has ended already. No more looking back at the past anymore. And you don't have to, because I just want to share this. Like, you want to know one of my, because I was having this talk with one of my best friends, and she asked me if I could actually go back to the past, which past do I actually want to go back to? And my answer is, I don't want to go back to the past anymore. I really don't. And even if, because she asked me something about how if there are some changes that I can make to the past, is there any change that I want to make? Honestly, I don't want to make any changes, because what I've been through, what I've experienced, it's all that shaped me for who I am right now. And yes, all of the experiences that I've been through, they are all very humiliating and embarrassing and just very challenging. But do I want to erase all of these? No, I don't. And even if I did go back to the past, even if there is a time machine and I can go back to the past and change it, things would not have been better. Things could have been worse, isn't it? So I would rather just, if I really want to go straight to the future, I want to go straight to my 30s. Yeah, I really do. Because I always hold the belief that the future, my future is going to be very bright. My future is going to be so much better than the past that I've been clinging on to. And I don't want to do that anymore. Because I always hold the faith that, yeah, my future is going to be so full of blessings. My future is going to be so full of love. And I know that you want it to, Pao too. Okay? So how can you enhance your trust? Is take action. Exactly. You got to awaken the warrior woman within. And please, and with the star card in the upright, you have no idea. You really have no idea how much you can receive and how much you can achieve in its full heights in this lifetime. And I know that the first step is the most difficult one. But sometimes you gotta have to challenge yourself and put yourself out there. And I know that our mind, our ego likes to be like, oh, but what if this fails? What if that doesn't work? Blah, 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 blah. But can we turn it into, what if this actually worked for us? What if it's actually more successful than we think it is? Can we turn the narrative into a more positive one? Instead of just focusing on the very negative aspects of how is it going to happen if we take the first step? No. What if the dream life can happen if we take that first step? I can see it in my mind's eye. It can happen, it will. And this is the kind of faith that you need to have, and that you need to trust unconditionally as well, that the warrior women within, the action that you take, it is only building up the foundations for the success that you are already meant to achieve. Once you take that first step, the success is already yours. And it is yours. And yeah, flow, see where it takes you. Jellyfish. Can you actually see the direction of, like, can you actually see, like, can you actually see the direction of your life? I would say no. But you have to go with the flow in itself. And I know this is very hard, because sometimes we want to see the next step. We want to see the next thing that is going to happen. But honestly, sometimes we will not, because we are not being given all of the answers all the time. We just have to take one step after the other. Take one small, simple step. And we flow and flow and flow and flow. And who knows, maybe the sea will take us to, the ocean might take us to directions that we might not even expect, right? It might take us to beautiful sunrise and sunsets that we don't even think we could actually encounter. Yes, the ocean is dark. Yes, the ocean is mysterious. Yes, the ocean is scary. But it is exciting at the same time, and terrifying and liberating at the same time, right? And this is what our life is. Sometimes it can be really terrifying and liberating at the same time. But it can take us to unexpected places that we might not even realize that we can actually head to that place itself. That is the beauty of life, because it is unexpected in its way, where it's scary, okay, it's terrifying. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I can be very afraid of life itself, because it's the control that I'm trying to control life in itself, and life can't be controlled. Life has to be felt. Yeah, life has to be felt. And sometimes it will not go according to our way. Because with the flow card here, see where it takes you. Yeah, you are meant to live a life full of flow and grace. And sometimes this flow and grace, yes, sometimes there can be obstacles on the path, but it doesn't mean that you can't overcome them, isn't it? We don't think our way through. We feel our way through a lot of the times. Okay, and happy endings, which is the end of a chapter, yeah, things are definitely changing in a very swift way, I would say, once you start taking that first step. Past experiences can only be taken as a form of like wisdom, and like we can take wisdom and knowledge from our past experiences, but what we have been gripping onto so tightly, they are gone, and they will not come back into our life anymore. Like what I mentioned, the future is so much more bright and beautiful than you think it is. Okay, so how can you enhance your trust? You gotta have to first take your action, and you really gotta have to put your full faith in life itself. And I know it's easier said than done. This is why you gotta take one small single step that you want to take. Okay, and also realize that even after 20 years from now, we are also going on to a next chapter. We are always evolving, we are always changing. Nothing is exactly the same, isn't it? We change. evolution changes. I don't know why I'm getting this, but I don't know if evolution changes actually makes any sense, but yeah. Remember to celebrate any chapter that celebrate or grieve, okay, any chapter that has ended in your life, because it's time for us to move forward. Okay, so that's the end of how can you enhance your trust cosmic guidance oracle. Yeah, before we actually end, I actually want to take the cosmic guidance, what am I saying? Is the animal spirit guide, which I want to see which animal spirit guide is helping you to trust more, and I will read from the animal guide book. Oh shit, I think I left my guidebook in my room, but okay, we'll just look at it. I wanted to take one card, but actually two cards fell, so I'm just going to take them all. Okay, we have spider spirit. Yes, exactly what I was just saying. Thank you, spirit, for validating me. I love this. Spider spirit, make your dreams real. I just get very excited when spirit validates me, but thank you, spirit. Yeah, that is why you need to trust unconditionally. You have to trust that the dreams, the visions, what is it that you have been daydreaming of, the fantasy that you create in your head. But can this fantasy actually be turned into a reality? Yes, you can. Yes, it can and it will. Okay, and I want to read from the guidebook. Hold on, let me take the guidebook first. So, okay. Okay, so we have Spider Spirit with Make Your Dreams Real. So, yeah, the number 56. Oof, the number 56, I immediately thought of the number 5 is actually the Hierophant card, and the number 6 is actually the Lovers. Interesting. These two might be significant. Okay, so let me read from the guidebook. Oh, okay. Weaving your dreams into the fabric of life begins with a single thread of intention, and then Spirit joins you as your co-weaving partner. Take but a single step to make your dream a reality, and Spirit will take 10 towards you. Yeah, like what I was saying. Let Spirit and the universe prove itself to you, and that I can actually relax, I can actually have faith, right? And even if my trust and faith was stripped away from me bare in the past, but we can actually slowly but surely regain our trust back. We can. And no matter how painful and tough it is, this is why, like I mentioned, the first step normally is the one that is very difficult. But we can do it. We absolutely can. Allow Spirit and the universe to show you, to reflect back to you, okay? And that you can slowly but surely let your guard down, that okay, I know that I can trust Spirit on that. Okay, I can take that next step. Okay, Spirit has shown me this sign and guidance. Okay, I can take that next step again and again and again and again. Okay. And Spirit will take 10 towards you, for the universe is designed to support your dream weaving. Exactly. The universe in itself, it really wants to fulfill all of our dreams and manifestation and wishes. And you know what's ironic about this is that normally we are the ones that stop our own dreams from becoming a reality. Why? Because of our ego, because of our belief systems, because of what we have been conditioned to be, because of what? Because of our fears, right? Like the universe would want nothing more than the fulfillment of our dreams, more than what we want to create, the life that we desire. The universe really wants to see us just being so fulfilled in ourselves, and so that the universe can give us more, because that is it. It is that unconditionally loving. The universe it is so unconditionally loving to the point that it wants to meet all of our needs. But what is actually stopping us? Not the universe itself, is us. We are the ones stopping ourselves, right? So Spider Spirit arrives when you need reminding of the awesome power of co-creation. With Spirit, ideas and resources Ideas and resources will begin to appear as if by magic as you begin to bring your dreams from the realm of intention into the world of the senses where they take form. Exactly. It's the magician energy, right? It's by taking what we have and what we can see in our thoughts, what we can see in our minds, and bring it down into reality. And look at the magician, the cups, the wands, the pentacles, and what's the last one? Cups, wands, pentacles. Cups, wands, pentacles. Oh shit, I always forget the last one. Spirit, what is the last one again? Cups, wands, pentacles. Anyways, it's just all of the resources that we need. We have it within us. We have it within us. All we have to do is to not only set the intention, but after setting the intention, we take that first step. Yes. The action you need to take is to be clear about your intentions and then act as if you have become the one that lives the life you desire. Exactly. Treating as if I'm already living the life of my dreams. The web of creation has an uncanny way of coming together to weave the beautiful pattern you set in motion. Yes, what kind of intentions you want to set, what kind of desires you want to have, what kind of life you want, what manifestations you actually want. Speak out loud to spirit itself. I want this, I want that, I want to experience unconditional love, I want to experience blah, blah, blah. Up to you. You write your own story, okay? Another message of Spider Spirit is about any creative project you may be considering. Yes, writing, painting, music, journaling, gardening, etc. Now is the time when inspiration wants to be channeled through you. Yes, the energy of the magician, it wants you to put that project, it wants you to put that work out there, because that it is that you are meant to achieve, that it is that you are meant to do. The divine wants to channel through you. The divine wants you to fulfill your projects. The divine wants you to release any creative endeavor that you've been thinking about, that you want to achieve. And it doesn't just have to be creative endeavors, it can be anything you want to put out into the world. It is being supported by the divine. It really is. Okay. Now is the time when inspiration wants to be channeled through you as something creative, even artistic and tangible. Yes, something that you can actually touch. If it comes from your ideas, it can be manifested into physical reality. Creative projects are successful now. Yes, are successful now. What are you waiting for, Pautu? You already have Spirit's assurance that you are successful. You are going to be successful in the future. Okay, you are. If you are so inclined. Let yourself be open to abundance. Exactly. Let yourself be open to the magic around you and the magic within you, especially. And I mean, as well as the magic outside of you too. Okay, next we have Untitled Spirit with Life is Speeding Up with the number 2. Ooh, interesting. The number 56 or the number 2 could be significant. I don't know why. Is this considered an angel number, like the number 562? It's just something that I thought of all of a sudden. But the High Priestess card. Is it a High Priestess card? Yes, the High Priestess card could be significant. And number 5, which is the Hierophant, and the number 6, which is the Lovers, could be really, really significant for you. So yes, let me read the Antelope Spirit with Life is Speeding Up. Okay. From the guidebook. Okay, cool. Here we have, when Antelope Spirit rushes into your life, you are being reminded of the quickening of your personal evolution as a powerful co-creator. You are being told unequivocally that it's time to get moving. Yes, it's all of this is all about taking action. You can't just be stuck in your mind. You can't just be stuck in your thoughts, okay? If you can't take that action, then you can't create a dream life that you deserve. I always mention this to myself, okay? If I'm only wishing if I'm only dreaming, if I'm only setting the intention without actually taking that action, nothing is going to come true for me. No matter how many times my deck or like my spirit guide tells me that I can achieve my dreams, or that the 10 of Pentacles card, the 10 of Cups comes true, but if I don't put it into reality, if I don't put it into work, nothing is going to happen. Nothing is going to happen, okay? And is this really what you want? If you just want to keep it as a wish, as a dream, no, right? You want it to happen in the reality world. Okay, you are being told unequivocally that it's time to get moving. Set your intentions and take action towards making your dreams real. There's an intensity you can feel, and it is important to take advantage of this energy right now. If you have a plan for your career or financial abundance, now is the time to step it up. Yes, if you're asking about a relationship, make that first move. Yes, it doesn't just have to be a career. It can be you. Let's say you are sure that this is the person that you want to be in a relationship with, or you have been dating for quite some time, or let's say you are in a situationship with this person and you want to ask to be in an official relationship. Can you take that first step and ask this person, is this person willing to create, to want to build up a future with you, right? Can you take that first step and actually conquer that fear? And you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. No matter how embarrassing or how humiliating that can be, I am just gonna put myself out there, because I deserve to want to be with someone, or I deserve to want to have a career that I want to have. Yes. Just know that the intentions you have set in motion are coming together, are now at warp speed. Stay alert and keep up. Things are getting interesting when Antelope Spirit calls you to move quickly. Yes, now is the time for you to move quickly, really. Normally I don't like to use this phrase, but this is coming to my mind, so I'm going to put it out here. Don't waste any more time, Pal 2. Okay, and I know time is an illusion in the spirit world, but I really feel with this energy is that now is the time for you to get going. Please don't waste any more time, and please make use of the resources that you already have, and that is already within you. It is, I can assure you that all you need is already within you. You don't need extra, you don't need more knowledge in order to seem that you're more knowledgeable, or whatever it is. These things can be learned and improved as you get going. But now is really the time to put that first step. Please put that first step. Okay, the world needs your creative endeavors. The world needs whatever it is that you want to put out. The world needs your bravery. The world needs your authenticity. Now is the time. Okay. So that is all that I have for you today, and thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I'm just so thankful, and I'm just so grateful to have you here, and I really hope that these messages resonate. Yeah, I just hope that they are very helpful to you. Okay, and if you're interested, you can like and subscribe and comment if you want to, and to please remember to keep the comment section as respectful and as kind, as compassionate as possible. Okay, and yeah, please feel free to do whatever it is that you want. And if you are interested, you can definitely check out my podcast, which is Life by Pam's podcast, and you can check it out on Spotify and on Apple Podcasts. They are both available there. And if you're also interested, you can also check out my blog, hiitspamela.substack.com. And thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. And also thank you so much to Spirit and the Divine, and to spirits that love Pal 2 unconditionally, for allowing me to read for you. You have no idea how much it means to me, because as I read for other people, I actually get to understand myself even more, and it's actually very helpful to me. And I really hope that, and these readings actually, they do resonate to me as well. So yeah, I just want to thank you for allowing me to read for you, and thank you so much for being here as well. And is there anything else? No, so that's all, and thank you so much, Pal number 2, and I'll see you guys in my next reading. Bye, Pal 2, bye! Hi! Welcome back, pile number 3. If you are drawn to this card, then this is going to be your reading for today. If you want to know the details, I specifically mentioned them in my intro, so do check them out. And please, please, please remember that this is a collective reading and not all messages are going to resonate. So please take only what's yours and leave what's not yours behind. So if they don't resonate, then please check out another pile or my other readings or other fantastic tarot readers out there. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So before I go into tarot, I'm going to channel some short messages from this card that you picked, okay, before I actually go into the tarot portion. So I'm going to start right now. Okay, pile number 3. If you pick this card, the number 11, which is you are safe to make mistakes. You are safe to be imperfect. You are safe. Now, I don't know why I just feel very called to read out this for you. Maybe you have been feeling really insecure, or maybe the environment that you're in has not been the most safest one. Okay, maybe throughout your entire childhood till now when you're listening to this reading, you have been feeling really unsafe. You have been in a very chaotic environment, and I feel like all you desire and crave for is just peace, but somehow peace lives far away from you, or you feel like you can't, like it's very hard for you to have peace right now in this moment because there are just so many distractions around you. And I want to say I'm so sorry, pile number 3, and I'm sending you a lot of my love. And if you really want to read out these affirmations to make yourself feel safe, please do that. And you can't see me right now, but I'm actually caressing my own body. So somehow I feel like maybe a lot of you would want to touch your own body, to touch and caress your own body, to hug yourself, just like this woman is. She's like hiding her, she's not necessarily hiding. I mean, okay, since hiding came through, so yeah, you might hide yourself. You don't really want to, you don't want to face other people, like you just want to be left alone. And I totally understand this energy. You just want to sit by yourself all alone. You want to be kept hidden. And I'm hearing not for long, okay? And what I mean by not for long is that maybe some of you are meant to share something to the world, maybe your art, your creativity, your ideas, your visions, or maybe some of you, I feel very, very called to say that maybe some of you want to share yourself to the world. Like for example, maybe you're an actor or an actress, that you have to show yourself to the screen, right? And maybe this is something that you've been wanting to doing, but this is one of your fears. And maybe you just want to hide away. You don't want to be seen. You just don't want other people to look at you. You just want to live a very simple and a very private life. And I totally understand. And like I mentioned, if this reading doesn't resonate, please check out my other readings or the other piles, because I feel like for some of you, okay, you are meant to be seen. Not only just your art, your creations, but you yourself. You yourself are meant to be seen. But for a lot of you, it's not to say that you're not meant to be seen. You are, but you are meant to be seen by your own ideas, your vision, your voice, right? And just in many other ways for you to be seen. It doesn't just have to be you as a person. It could be like a film, maybe, right? They are being seen by, I'm getting like a director, right? Like you're meant to be seen by other people. Maybe there's a lot of people that know your name, but none of them have actually seen you or have known you personally. And maybe Spirit is asking you to step out of this comfort zone a little bit more, to maybe allow you yourself to be recognized by other people. Not only just your creations, but you as a person are meant to shine. You are meant to shine. You are meant to be looked up upon as well. So I feel like this is more just like a very comforting energy, right? And maybe there are a lot of your flaws and imperfections that you've been wanting to hide away, right? And you have been feeling really doubtful, insecure, full of distrust as well, because you have been hurt by others, you've been hurt by the world itself, you've been betrayed a lot. This is why, like, you just want to hide in your shell, and you just don't want to be faced by so many people, because you're afraid that they are going to criticize you, you're afraid that they are going to judge you. I'm so sorry, pound number 3. And what I'm saying here is that you are not, like, I'm not here to force you to be seen, okay? And this takes time, right? Wounds take time to heal, and a lot of our flaws and weaknesses and imperfections are what many people have taught us, oh, this is shameful, right? This is not something that we can allow other people to see, because they are going to reject us. But these are all just forms of projection. What other people have said to you, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything about you, Power 3. It doesn't. And I really just want to let you know that you really are safe right now. And whatever has happened in the past, whoever has made you feel this way, it is time to love your imperfections, your flaws. And you never know, because some of your imperfections and flaws, they can actually help other people in ways too, where you can also inspire other people to be like, hey, you know, I can be imperfect too. Like, I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to fit into what other people have told me. And that is just shit. Okay, and I feel very called to share like this example, which is, for me, I think, I don't know if I've mentioned this in my tarot readings before, but as you can see, sometimes I repeat my words a lot. And a part of me thinks that this is one of my biggest flaws. And honestly, I don't know if this is really considered my own weakness or like my own flaws, but what if, right? What if me repeating my words is something that other people might need? Because when we just say it one time, other people might not remember it, right? But when we continuously repeat ourselves, and who knows, maybe the other person really needs this message of me repeating myself, right? It might seem annoying to other people, but what if it might help actually that one person that actually needs the repeating of message, because they have a short-term memory, and maybe me repeating my words can actually help the other person to remember things more. You know, who knows, right? Everything is possible in this world. And I'm actually thinking about the card from the Crystal Mandala Oracle, which is it Sacred Ecosystem? Yeah, and then there is a story that Elena Fairchild wrote, which is, there are 2 pots. So one pot is perfect, and the other pot is cracked. And whenever it brings to the master's table, the perfect one had like a full, like the other one, the pot was full of water, but the cracked pot, every time when the water carrier brought it to the master's table, it was half full, and the cracked pot felt very insecure. So I forget who was it, but I think it's this then this person that came through said that, look at the pot, look at the cracked pot that you brought to the master's table. It actually grew flowers along the way, like the flowers bloomed, and it made the passageway, it made like the way more, it made, you see, I'm stumbling upon myself too right now. And I'm allowing this imperfection as well, right? So it's like it grew flowers along the way. So the cracked pot actually watered some flowers, and everything serves in this entire universe. Even the most ashamed thing that you are ashamed of, it all serves. Just like me stumbling upon my words. What if there is another person listening to this thinks that, oh, I'm so ashamed of me stumbling my words, like, and then hey, they met me and they saw me stumbling my words, and maybe this part of me actually helps to make them feel more comfortable within themselves, because they feel like they are not alone, right? So even if you think that these are just flaws, but actually to the universe, to the divine, this part of you serves other people. And this is how beautiful it is, isn't it? So I feel like whatever you call as mistakes, there are no mistakes here. Okay, there are no mistakes here. Everything is imperfectly perfect. And that you never have to feel like I have to remove myself or cut myself away from this part of myself. Yes, some things can be improved. I'm not trying to say that, oh, I'm just going to stay like this forever. Yes, some things can be improved, but it doesn't have to be eliminated, because the moment you eliminate it, I feel like it's just, you're just asking yourself to be perfect. And we all make mistakes here. We all fall here as well. Okay? So maybe there are some of you who are very insecure about your own physical appearance, thinking that you don't look like what other people, like you don't look like what society has called it to be, like a standard, like a beauty standard, and you never have to. Maybe you look at some celebrity and think that, oh, they are just so perfect. They don't have any flaws. Like everything about them is just perfect. But there is no such thing as perfect. Whatever we see on screen, whatever we see on social media, like who? Okay, I shouldn't generalize everybody, but a lot of us, okay, we want to show the perfect side of things on social media. Not a lot of people would want to be vulnerable on it. Okay, Mark, look at my words. I'm saying not a lot of people. I'm not saying everybody, right? So not a lot of people want to show like their vulnerable side, their imperfect side. Everybody wants to be perfect on social media. Like, who doesn't? Even I myself was obsessed with perfection at some point in my life. I'm not saying that I'm not obsessed with perfection now. I still am. But at least I'm working hard to not let this perfection get to me. To slowly but surely to not be afraid of being judged by others, because whoever you are still going to get judged. Even the most beautiful person on this planet, they are still going to judge her by saying, why are you so perfect? Right? It's like there is nothing that can actually satisfy people, because we just want to catch up on somebody's flaws. We just want to catch up on somebody's mistakes, and it's time for us to allow it. It's time for us to allow and shed our skin of the perfectionism that has been weighing on us, because Power 3, you really are just perfectly imperfect. Okay, in the eyes of spirit, in the eyes of the divine. and you are being surrounded by, I'm getting nature. You are surrounded by nature, you're surrounded by clouds, you're surrounded by planets, by the cosmos in itself. And they made you this way because they want you to show other people that you can allow yourself to be seen in whatever ways, and to show other people that there is always another way for us to live, and to not just go according to some sort of standards and just expectations of others that we have to fulfill. No, we never have to. Okay? And the number 11 as well. The number 11 is making me think of the Justice card as well. Yeah. Everything is fair and balanced. Karma will always be restored. Try to be whole. Whole within your light and your shadow, not just one aspect of yourself that you're just trying to run away from, and you just want to chase the glamour and the light, because the glamour and the light is not really that important once you are whole in itself, and nothing will be able to stop you, and nothing will be able to manipulate you anymore, because you are already whole within. What else do you need? That is the most abundant thing that's the most abundant and the most beautiful thing on this planet, honestly, is to be whole. Okay, and I want to let you know that you are safe here. Whoever is listening to this reading now, I want to let you know that you don't have to hide. And it's time for you to come out of your comfort zone a little by little. Okay, you don't have to like come out of it entirely, but just slowly but surely, right? If you're still hiding in it, if you're still hiding in a cave, just still hiding in your bedroom, just come out a little bit, right? Maybe share whatever it is that you've been wanting to share, or if you have been sharing your creations, and like I mentioned, people might know your name, but they have never seen you before, then maybe it's time for you to maybe step out of that shadow a little bit. Because I feel like you're not meant to be hidden, and you are meant to be seen. Okay? You are meant to embrace all parts of you. You are safe. You are always safe here. Okay, and please know that you can always share your imperfections and vulnerabilities here on my comment section, because do not to feel alone, right? To know that everybody makes mistakes, and you can be imperfectly perfect. Okay? Wow, I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, I just wanna thank you for just being with me and just listening to my readings always. Anyways, let's move on to the tarot portion. Okay, we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. So the topic is, what do you need to trust unconditionally? We have the Four of Cups in the upright, and we have the Queen of Wands. Exactly. Oh, I love when the Queen of Wands shows up. Like, yeah, you are like, oh, beautiful energy. You are meant to be seen, Pile 3. Immediately when I look at the Queen of Wands, I can see that you are just the epitome of physical attraction, isn't it? You are just really attractive and beautiful in your own ways. And the Four of Cups always reminds me of somebody who is just hiding under the tree. They don't want to show their face. They don't want to accept anything, because they are very, number one, either they are very redundant about it, or they just don't want to face themselves. But the Queen of Wands here, it's time for you to show up as authentically as you are. What do you need to trust unconditionally? So You need to trust that whatever challenges you have faced in the past, whatever obstacles you may have faced, or whatever obstacles you are going to face in the future, you need to trust that you have the ability to navigate those. You have the ability to cut through and to show people that there is always another way to be, to live a life of a very different way than just what we are currently living in right now, is the energy that I'm getting. Because I feel like you as a person, you who you are meant to trigger a lot of people. You are meant to show different truths that are hiding that are hiding in the shadows, and you're meant to cut through those. You have the power to do that. Spirit is giving you the ability to transcend any forms of fake, I don't know why I'm getting fakeness, or just anything that is not true to what you believe in. Like, you have the ability to cut through all confusions and to sever away any attachments that doesn't resonate with who you want to be and what you want to do here. Like, Spirit is offering you a chance, offering you a new life for you to experience in this lifetime. Because I feel like you may be somebody that has gone through a lot of transformation, or you may be somebody that has gone through a lot of just a lot of changes throughout your life, and your confidence, your magnetism, your charisma may be stripped bare from you since young. And this is why you have such, like, this is why you may have a tendency to consistently cling to the past, is also what I'm getting. Like, you just don't want to see the truth of who you really are, or you just don't want to see the truth of what you are meant to be doing. And that is causing you a lot of blockages, I'm getting, as well. And I just want to send you a big hug, Pile 3, because honestly speaking, no matter how much you try to hide, you are still at the center of attention. Like, seriously, because nothing is going to be able to stop you from attracting all kinds of opportunities and people to you, even though you may not want it, even though you may just want to be in discreet, you just want to hide in private, you'll be like, oh, no, I just want to be alone here, I don't want anybody to disturb me anymore. But no, I feel like there are a lot of new blessings coming into your life that is meant to tarnish the kind of illusion that you have in yourself, or like who you really are as well. And I feel like what you need to trust unconditionally is that those things that you have adapted as yourself, these are just going to be stripped away, and you're going to be shown as, I don't want to say the most confident, but just who you really are in general. Because at your core, at your soul's core, you are truly somebody that is very, very magnetic and just very sexually pleasing, honestly. And I mean this in the way of like how you appear to other people, okay, not just in your not just in like how you dress and all, but just your overall energy is just very appealing to other people. And no doubt you are going to shine like no other people, honestly. And I'm not trying to like diminish other people and say that, oh, you are the best, or like other people can't compare to you. No, it's not that energy. It's just you just shine. Like, people just notice you. Like, when you're out in the crowd, don't you notice people staring at you? And I feel like maybe, okay, you might secretly want that attention, but at the same time, you might be afraid of it. Like, with the Four of Cups here, I'm just getting somebody who's like, oh, just don't look at me. But at the same time, it's like you secretly, I don't know, okay, maybe you want to be, you don't want to be, you do enjoy the attention. And it's totally okay. It's totally okay. There's nothing wrong with admitting this to me. Like, I have a fear of being seen, but at the same time, I secretly desire that attention, and I enjoy the attention. It's totally okay. Positive attention is, like, we all want positive attention, right? But at the same time, you can't control what other people think about you. That is the thing that you gotta let spirit, you gotta surrender to it, because no matter how you show up as, people are gonna judge. Like that's the truth here. And I feel like why you need to trust unconditionally is that the more you show up authentically as yourself, the more positive attention you are going to receive. And not only just positive attention, but the kind of blessings that you already desire, it's already for you, it's destined for you. All you need to do is to be comfortable with who you are and to just shine as yourself. And you know why? It's because the energy, it's the energy that you embody, that is just going to like a magnet, it's just going to attract everything to you. And these everything can contain some negativity as well, and that is the price of authenticity, isn't it? You cannot just be like, oh, I just want the positive attention, I don't want the negative ones. That's impossible. You no. The secret blessings and validation and support that you have been wanting, yes, it is going to come to you. But there are going to be some hidden negativity as well that is also going to come your way. And this is something that I'm not trying to scare you in this reading, okay? But the price of authenticity is that you are going to trigger other people. You are going to be a mirror for other people. Because that's the thing. Some people are not willing to face, and they are going to project their hate onto you. And know that that is not your responsibility to handle. And I feel like another thing you need to trust unconditionally is spiritual protection. Black cat always reminds me of somebody protecting you in the spiritual world, not only just the animals, but as well as your guides. Like, they can transform into an animal as well. They will protect you. Or if you have a cat, okay, specifically black cats, then they are your protectors, right? And I feel like they can be a guide and a protector, especially like when you come back home, and then they would just stop the negativity in its tracks when you're home. Or like when you do carry, like for example, you might unconsciously, right, take in all of these negativity, but you being with a black cat or cats in general, they might help you to relieve and wash away those negativities. It could be that is also coming through. And yeah, this is what you really need to trust unconditionally, because I feel like a part of you is very afraid that if I shine, if I be who you are, I'm going to attract hate, I'm going to attract negative attention. But Spirit is saying that that is not for you to worry about. But you know what? The positive support you are going to receive is far more bigger than the negativity you are going to receive. This is what I'm here to assure you about, what you need to trust unconditionally. I'm getting like, as you show up as your full authentic self, right, 100%, and then 90% you're going to attract positivity. But there are going to be like that 10%, right, that is going to be kind of hidden negativity, hidden jealousy, evil eye as well. But there is nothing for you to be afraid of, really nothing. Because whatever it is that is being sent your way, okay, is going to be transformed. It is going to make you shine even brighter. This is what you need to trust unconditionally, because let me tell you, the amount of evil eye or hate that you receive, you are just going to magically transform them into your own use. Whether is it for yourself, it's going to make you even more magnetic, it's going to make you glow even brighter, it's going to make you come up with even more creative ideas and visions that is just going to bring even more better future into this world. That is what I can assure you about, what you need to trust unconditionally. Because, and all you have to do is to really show up as yourself. And that I also feel like what you need to trust unconditionally is that you have this gift of psychic vision as well. because like I previously mentioned about the Ace of Swords, right, is that you can see through deception. You have the ability to cut through. You can just spot who truly wants to be by your side, or somebody who's just faking, or somebody who's just jealous of you. You can just spot them easily with the Queen of Wands here. And with the Black Cat here, definitely you are very, 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 very connected with the spiritual realm. You really are. And once you notice something that seems off, you can remove yourself from that situation. This is how quick your gut and your intuition is. That's why you have to trust. You gotta have to trust unconditionally. Because with the Ace of Swords here in the reverse, I'm just getting, you might receive some guidance and answer, but at the same time, you might just, like you might disregard it at first, or you might not really want to accept it. And Spirit is saying, you can trust the guidance that you receive from us. You can trust the intuitive insight that you receive, because I would say 98% of the time, they are accurate. Maybe 2% of the time happens when you are overthinking, like when you're not grounded, or like when you are just ruminating. And this is when you gotta have to start grounding yourself and be in the present moment. Because the gifts that you are going to have, the hidden gifts that you might not even realize that you have, they are all coming back to you, or they are all coming to you, either from your past lives, or maybe this is something that you have kept hidden from other people, or maybe this is something that you don't even recognize you have it. And Spirit is gifting you with this gift of inner sight, with precognition is also what I'm getting. You might receive like vivid dreams, and just like you have strong intuition when it comes to who to trust, who to avoid. These are your gifts that you can trust unconditionally. And this is also very, very interesting, because I feel like the more confident you are, in yourself, the more levels of success you are going to receive. And success is subjective, so whatever you define as success is up to you. Because I can see that there are a lot of people that do kind of desire you in some way, and desire in whichever ways. Yeah, it depends on you. But you are not here to give other people, like you're not here to give everybody your energy. And Spirit is saying that what you need to trust unconditionally is that your energy, whoever receives your energy, is like they are incredibly blessed. This is not an ego boost, this is really true. Because your energy is very, very magnetic to a lot of people. This is why you are being given the gift of discernment. You are being given the gift to sense energetically something that cannot be understood. And another message is also coming through, is that Spirit is saying that you can trust your alone time as well. So the times when you need to self-reflect, the times when you want to isolate yourself from other people, trust that vibe. Because that is when you gotta have to do some self-reflection, and maybe continuing on your personal development journey, as well as also being able to spot like any hidden motives that are just that you do need time to actually not only just digest them, but to self-reflect as well. And trust that whatever alone time that you receive, like for example, if let's say if you are being called to isolate yourself, or for maybe, I don't know, it could be a few months, maybe for some of you it could be a few years as well. Trust that this period of time of transformation, it's only going to lead you to, it's going to lead you to discover more traits, especially within yourself. Because this transformation is not only just helping you, but it's also helping other people. Because like I mentioned, you are meant to be a mirror for others. So a lot of the times being a mirror can be very, very tiring, because the good and the bad, like what, not only just the good and the bad lah, but whatever you receive from the outside world, you're going to take time, you're going to need time to digest it. So if you feel very called to just want to be alone and do not want anybody to disturb you, then sure, you can always trust that sense of time that you need, whether is it maybe just for a few days, up to a few months, or maybe up to a few years as well. I'm going to use myself as an example. I have been isolating myself for, I would say, almost 2 years, 2 to 3 years. And this is what I needed. And honestly, it's awesome. It's awesome. I have never had some deep realizations, especially about myself and other people during this period of time, especially with Pluto and Capricorn previously. And right now we are already in Pluto and Aquarius, right? But yeah, trust the time that you want to be left alone. And whichever invitation that you receive, or let's say you just don't want to hang out and all, you can always trust the very initial reaction that you receive, because that is this gift. Yeah. Sorry, I just burped. Excuse me. Because that is your gift, being able to sense things energetically. This is just very, very cool, because I feel like what you really need to trust unconditionally is more about like the subtle realms. It's not necessarily, okay, I mean, I did mention about success, right? But I also feel like most importantly, what you need to trust is really yourself. Because the more you empower yourself, the more you free yourself from all of the fears and judgments, the more you are going to be successful in your physical world. This is where the law of attraction comes in, because that is it. The same level of energy that you vibrate at, that is what you're going to receive in your physical world. And this is not to say that, oh, so that means if I'm at my toughest times, that means I'm not at the highest energy that I'm vibrating at. That is not necessarily true, right? We all have tough times. We all have darkest moments. And this is why Spirit wants you to trust that at your darkest, at your most despair moments, you can always take a step back and just want to be alone. And if, let's say, if you have people that are very close to you, then you can let them know that I just want to be left alone right now. I will let you know when I come back. You can definitely let them know, right? You can't just like disappear, because people closest to you, they might worry about you. But if you do need that time alone, please take it. Please take it. And sometimes being alone and isolating yourself can be the most freeing and liberating thing to do and be, honestly. And this is not to diminish any social connections that you want to have. It's totally okay for you to want to socialize and connect with like once a while, but you don't have to do it like every single time. Just respecting your own cycle. Like you can always trust that your own cycle, your own rhythm, it is what is the best for you here. Okay, so yeah, that is all that I have for the tarot portion of the reading. Wow, actually, I don't know if what I say makes any sense, so please do let me know if Please do leave a comment, if I'm making any sense out of all, but cool. So now we will look at the Cosmic Guidance Oracle to see how can you actually enhance your trust, okay? We have lesson, wisdom through mistakes, forgiveness, oh yes, setting yourself free, and last but not least we have manifestation, exactly. I love this. Okay, so lesson, forgiveness, and manifestation. So lesson, like what I mentioned, you are going to have to take time to self-reflect. And how can you actually enhance your trust is to trust the timings and just your alone time in general, right? To be able to discover knowledge through all of the lessons and experiences that you go through, even like small lessons such as, for example, I accidentally spilled water today, for example, and maybe at other times, right, you might start to judge yourself. You might blame yourself for being so stupid. But right now, when you spill a water, you might be able to comfort yourself, like, hey, Pamela, I'm just saying my name, okay? Oops. Like, hey, it's okay for you to spill a water. Like, we just have to clean it up. This is nothing big, right? I'm allowing myself to make a mistake. I'm allowing myself to be imperfect. And that is a huge improvement. Improvements does not have to be huge, does not have to be like a huge unexpected event. It can be something as small as me spilling a water today, and I didn't blame myself. I comfort myself. And that is a huge pat on the back, isn't it? So how can you actually enhance your trust is to really go through what you have been through and to take the lessons, so that, like the Queen of Wands to me, it kind of feels like somebody who definitely has been through a lot in order to be the queen, right? But she doesn't give up. Whatever she receives, I wouldn't use the word receive, but even through negativity, even though through hard lessons, she takes it in, she transforms it, she alchemizes it, and she transforms herself, right? Not only just transforms herself, but as well as what she put out there in the world, it's even more intriguing, it's even more charming, because she uses her own life lessons and she uses it to not only help herself, but she uses it to help other people, and that is very, very innate, very powerful already, right? So it's very, very important for you to trust whatever mistakes that you think you are making. They are just stepping stones. They are just stepping stones for you to become a more empowered version of self, because we are consistently evolving, we are consistently changing, right? And this, I love this card. Like, this is like one of my favorite cards on the Cosmic Guidance Oracle, because she's hugging the horse, and horse, they are deep feelers. I would say horses they have strong clairsentient abilities, because obviously, right, they feel. Once you get close to them, they can just sense your energies, they can just feel you at such a high level, and you can't escape. Even if what you think, what you are saying, right, you think that, oh, I'm strong, but actually horses can sense like probably like a different version than what you are saying, right? And it's very important for you to forgive yourself. It really is. So how can you actually enhance your trust? You gotta have to forgive yourself for all of the mistakes so-called that you have made, right? Maybe in the past you used to gossip about other people, but right now you don't do it anymore because you see how harmful it is. And that is a good change, isn't it? So it's very important for you to, I don't want to say like it's very important for you to forgive and to know that we are all human beings on this planet. We all make mistakes. I was talking about this last night alone. Like I was just talking to myself and I was just saying, why Mother Gaia is so angry, right, at Earth in itself, because she's very, very unconditionally loving. She's like, we are her children. But what have we done to Earth? Look at what we have done. Look at what we as a humans, we play a part in destroying Earth. Rather, is it just like a small part, or just like whatever it is, right? We all play a part in it because we are all humans. And it's not to say that oh, I'm gonna let myself, okay, I should have said that, but how should I put it, Spirit? It's just, it's time for us to awaken, right? It's time for us to awaken and to do a part to make the planet that we live in to be a more meaningful and to be a more beautiful one, isn't it? So that we can stop polluting the earth, so that we can stop contributing to just the mess that our earth has been, because earth is very, very beautiful. Okay, it's not about the planet in itself, it's about our society. It's about what we were being conditioned as for a very, very long time. And it's time for us to pick up the pieces and to make the change that we want to see out in this world. And I know that we are all trying, at least we are all trying here, to build a more loving, to build a more compassionate, and to build a more respectful community, and a more, and just a more loving place for us to be in, because we don't want to live in violence, right? This is why I just hope that the earth will be filled with peace and love. But I know that there are a lot of us that are trying, there are a lot of us that are helping Mother Gaia to uplift the consciousness on this planet. We are all helping, right? And I'm not saying this to elicit blame or guilt or shame. It's just, I just want to mention that we all make mistakes, but what happens after this so-called mistake is that, do we take responsibility for ourselves, or are we just consistently blaming other people, or be in a very denial state? Or are we just acting in ways where, oh, these are what other people have done, I didn't do this? But are you a human? Of course you are. And it's time for us to take back our power and to help to make the world and ourselves a better place for us to live. And this is not to say that, so you're saying I need to be perfect, I can't make mistakes. Of course not. We are going to make mistakes. We are. And this is very nuanced, because we can all make mistakes, and we are still worthy of living on this planet, and we are still worthy of being seen. We are still worthy of being loved, being valued, being cherished, being accepted, right? And even if at times you might want to run away from your mistakes, that's okay. I myself do that a lot of the times as well. Me sitting here reading, being a tarot reader here, I make a lot of mistakes in my personal life as well, and sometimes I run away from it too. But after running away from it, but then I come back to it after all. Maybe I just run away for a few days, and I will just come back and sit with me like, okay, I admit that I made a mistake. I admit that I hurt this person. I admit that I was being very defensive. I admit that I was being very ignorant and naive and childish and all. And I'm learning as I'm growing too, just like with you guys. So please don't shame and judge yourself, please. Okay, what I'm saying here is not to put any guilt and shame on you. What I'm saying is we are all learning, we are all growing, and Mother Gaia is not expecting us to be perfect. Spirit is not asking us to be perfect. Spirit wants us to embrace all parts of ourselves, and even if we do let ourselves off even if we do do something that hurt other people or the planet, how can we actually take accountability for ourselves, right? That is very important as well, taking accountability and taking responsibility. Even if at first you might want to run away, it's totally okay for you to run away, and you might come back to it eventually. Because that's the thing about guilt. No matter how many times you want to run away from it, we will always come back to it again, honestly. So yeah, I just want to mention that please forgive yourself, and please be compassionate with yourself, so that your trust can come back to you, so that you can just, okay, I'm allowing myself to trust in this situation. What do I need to do? What do I not do, right? So yeah, please have compassion, and please trust in yourself. I'm sending you a lot of my love, and please forgive yourself, please. Okay, next we have manifestation. What you desire is on its way. Yeah, how can you actually enhance your trust is to know that whatever it is that you've been desiring, the ones that you've been manifesting for a long time, right? Or the ones that you may have even forgotten, I would say, they are all coming. The more you start to self-reflect, right? Go through this journey of going within, accepting that the past is the past, accepting that I'm not a failure, accepting that this experience and this lesson has led me to even greater blessings and manifestations of what I really want. And to know that there is nothing that the universe can't give it to you. Everything is possible on this planet. Whatever it is that you've been desiring, everything is possible. Whatever we think is impossible, it's just our fear stopping us. The universe is that generous and unconditionally loving. As long as we continue to pursue and to allow ourselves to shine, right? To allow spirit to trust you. To allow spirit to trust you. What I'm saying, oh my God. sorry, forget that. To allow spirit to help you, right? To help you regain back your trust, so that you don't have to be stuck in what you think you can actually achieve, but you can open yourself up to more possibilities as well. Okay, so yes, okay. Do you see how I'm making so many mistakes on this reading? But that's so beautiful, because I'm making mistakes alongside with you, right? I'm showing you that I'm not a failure. I'm not stupid. I can make a mistake. I can say something wrong and I can correct myself out of it, right? And what I mentioned about spirit trusting you, that's so not true. Okay, like spirit loves us unconditionally. It's just whether or not we trust spirit. Do we? Do you trust? Right? Okay. Next, we have, I will look at the animal spirit guide to see which animal spirit guide is helping you to trust more, and I will read from the animal guidebook. So we'll take a look at it. Okay, we have cat spirit in the reverse with claim your independence. Yeah, cats. Oh my God. I was just talking about cats. Yeah, cats are very, very significant. Cats are protectors and defenders as well. I'm actually thinking about the goddess Bastet, so you might be drawn to Bastet in general, or you might just love cats. You might even own like a lot of cats at home, or you might have, like I mentioned, specifically a black cat. So cats are very, very important for you, because they can help to like chase away, I would say, negative energies, and they're just very, very healing. in general, and at the same time they can see like which, like whatever energy they have absorbed, right? They can help to chase those, like the ones that are not good for you, away. Okay, and yeah, we have cat spirit, claim your independence. So it came out in the reverse. So I'm just gonna read the reverse card from the cat spirit deck. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna read from the guidebook. Okay. This may be the time you are facing some unpredictable situations. Are you hesitant to take a risk? Too cautious to jump into something new because you feel you can't trust yourself? Yeah, exactly. Like there is something that probably has been calling you for a long time, like the Four of Cups I was talking about as well, which is being very afraid, being afraid to show up as yourself, being very afraid to share what it is that you want to share with the world because you are afraid of being judged, right? You're afraid of being humiliated as well, is also coming through. And I totally understand how you feel, okay? But it is time for us to take back our power and to know that whatever imperfections that we think we have, whatever flaws it is, it can only make us even more complete and whole within, and to make us show up as a more empowered self, empowered version of ourselves. Okay, so cat spirit is saying go for it because you will land on your feet. If nothing seems to be going according to plan, there is no reason to worry. Cat spirit loves to mix it up, and these seeming upsets will actually bring you some wondrous and unexpected opportunities. Yes. Excuse me. Get ready to pounce, as you may be called to jump into something new at a moment's notice. At this time, your instincts are keen and your intuition is sharp. Yeah, just like the Queen of Wands, you have a very, very sharp intuition, and you have so many spiritual gifts for you to uncover, because I feel like right now it can be buried within as well because of the lack of trust. But as you start stepping out of your comfort zone step by step, as long as you start to allow yourself to unveil your gifts and to share more of yourself, share more of your creations, whatever it is that you feel called to share, as long as you start taking the leap of faith, you will start to discover more and more hidden gifts buried that are actually coming back to the surface, they're actually coming back to you, and even new opportunities that you don't even expect that is actually coming to you. Because like I mentioned, the Queen of Wands, she's very magnetic, very charismatic. The more you allow yourself to shine, the more success you're going to receive in the physical world. Okay, so remember, even a temporary failure can lead to a spectacular success. So embrace the adventure. You are sure-footed and you can trust yourself. Yeah, trusting yourself is the key here. Overall, you really have to trust yourself. It really is all about yourself and how you decide you want to take things to a next level, right? How you want to start moving forward. Do you just want to hide in a cave, or are you ready to open yourself up? It is all up to you. It is all your decision, right? And how can you enhance your trust? Like I use the Cosmic Guidance Oracle by lessons, wisdom through mistakes, forgiveness, as well as manifestation. Okay, but I specifically feel like lesson and forgiveness are two very important keys for you to rediscover your own sense of self-trust. Okay, so wow, that is all that I have for you today, pile number 3. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, and I hope that this makes sense, and I hope that I just hope that this reading might resonate. And I also want to thank you for allowing me to read for you and for allowing me to show my imperfect, flawed self to you, because we are all growing and learning together. And the more I do tarot readings, the more I actually know more about myself, and actually I'm just very grateful to have this platform and to be able to grow alongside with you. And thank you so much for allowing me to be imperfect as well, because I have a huge fear of being judged also. So I totally understand this energy. So yeah, thank you for allowing me to be who I am. Thank you so much, Pao 3. And yeah, if you're interested, you can definitely check out my podcast, which is Life by Pam podcast, available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you're also interested, you can check out my blog. There's a lot that I write up there, and you can check it out. Hi, it's pamela.substack.com. You can definitely check them out if you want to. And please do give me a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to. And remember, please keep the comment section respectful and loving as well. So thank you so much, Pao number 3. And I know that, yeah, just want to say a huge thank you, and I appreciate you. And thank you so much to the universe and my spirit guides and the divine, and your spirit guides and the divine, for allowing me to read for you. So yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next reading. Sending you love. Bye.